Cranky Life is the place to be now. For the best sports talk and it's free, yo. Cranky Life will be your guiding light by keeping you informed both day and night. Cranky Life, tell them. Cranky Life, heed them. Cranky Life, want them. Cranky Life. From the courts to the field, we'll never lose because Cranky has the hottest news. With expert analysis, we break it down. Our in-depth coverage is best in town. Cranky Life, feel them. Cranky Life, heed them. Cranky Life, want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life where the sports is spicy and where we keep the discussion lively. Cranky Life, get to know the name because Cranky analysis is never lame. Cranky Life, give me my Cranky Life. I want my Cranky Life. Must have my Cranky Life. Whether it's football or track and field, you know Cranky is at the wheel. So join the journey through victory and defeat and subscribe and don't miss a beat of Cranky Life. Tell them, Cranky Life. Heed them, Cranky Life. Want them, Cranky Life. If you're from England or USA, from Kingston or Bombay, from Kenya or Canada, Lagos or Havana, visit Cranky Life. Tune into Cranky Life. Like up Cranky Life. Subscribe to Cranky Life. Cranky Life coming to you on weekdays. Cranky Life sometimes on Sundays. Pull up a chair and take a seat because Cranky will always bring the heat. Cranky Life. Me say fi tell them Cranky Life. Me say fi heed them Cranky Life. On them Cranky Life. Cranky Life will be around. Cranky Life is the best in town. Me say fi heed them. Me say fi want them. Me say fi heed them. Want them, heed them, want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life. Cranky. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Heed them. Bless up, everyone. Bless up. Thanks for joining the watch along show, the pregame show for the Reggae Boys. I'm going to play in Dominican Republic today. Can you hear me? Bless up, man of God. What a unique name anyway, man of God. Interesting name. Does that suggest that you're a religious man of God? So that, as everyone may know, the game is 3:30 Jamaica time, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you're in California, it'll be about 1:30. Bless up, Emerson. Thanks for joining. Glad you could be here. And Emerson, I expect to have Apollo and/or Tony with me, so we'll see how that works. I figure I'd get some international personnel on the podcast, even though this is a CONCACAF event. Bless up, man of God. Great thing to be a man of God. It rings actually. So the lineup has dropped actually, and I'm trying to pull it up. But the interesting thing about it is someone sent me in a text. So what I'm going to do is I took the liberty of doing this in Squad Builder versus, even though Jamal Waite doesn't seem to be in Squad Builder. So I'm going to try to pull it up. And somehow my Squad Builder decided that it doesn't want to work. Okay, it's here. Allow. So let me pull it up. So this is the team. Now, I put a Waite there. It's Jamal Waite. But this is the starting team for Jamaica, actually. And the rest of the person that are on the bench. Man of God, good thing to be Christian. Well, I assume if you're a man of God, you're also a Christian. Maybe it's a wrong assumption, but I assume that. So as you can see from the team, I'm missing someone here. Yeah, I'm missing Shamar. I'm not sure why Shamar is not here. So let me add Shamar. And I think when we went through the team last night, the lineup last night, this was basically the team actually. I'm trying to figure out we may not have had Daniel Johnson. People were vacillating between Johnson and whether K. Roy should play. But I think for the most part, this was the team. Sort of picks itself. I still believe that Lowe is better in the defense than he is playing in midfield, and we'll see more of that today. I thought the last game he played, he wasn't as effective, at least in the Nations League semifinal and the third place game. I'm not sure he was as effective as well. I know he wasn't as he was in the Canada game actually, where I thought he dominated in one half of play. So at the end of the day, he's in the midfield. Hopefully he plays well today. The question is, how do we get the ball up to our forwards between him and Daniel Johnson? Because they're the link between the defense and the forwards, definitely. So we need to ensure that the ball can progress up the field. And if we're playing an inferior team, and I said this yesterday, because I had a show yesterday, that Dominican Republic is supposedly, and I got to check again, rank 150. You would assume you have some background noise. Mr. T, how are you doing? Mr. T.
I'm well.
This is Tony, pugilist boy, he called himself, a boxing aficionado. Go to all the boxing fights, Vegas, Saudi Arabia, which seem to be dominating. And here to talk some CONCACAF football with me. So, Tony, glad to have you. What do you say?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. I'm looking forward to this. This is a new experience for me, so I'm glad that you've invited me. Thank you very much for that invitation. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some of what your national country has to offer. More importantly, looking to just enjoy a game of football.
Yeah, so it should be on the CONCACAF YouTube channel. You may have to have check on the link first, and if you don't get it, you may have to have VPN. I haven't gone to my VPN yet because I was sent this link by officials, so I'm assuming that it works. If it doesn't, you have to go into your VPN and obviously hide your location, frankly.
Every little detail's been called.
Well, hopefully it works. We don't want to be here, can't watch the game and trying to talk the game and can't see it. That wouldn't be good. Emerson asked if Leon Bailey's playing. No, Leon is taking a break. I think he had a long season. The history with the JFF is well known. They had some dispute. So he's taking some time off from football, actually. So he will not be playing in these World Cup qualifiers. So we have two this season. We have one today that's coming up in 36 minutes. And then we have one on Sunday at a similar time, actually, against Dominica, not Dominican Republic, two separate countries. Dominican Republic is close to Haiti, and Dominica is someplace else in the Caribbean. Actually, Dominica is a very, very small country. I didn't know Dominica plays football, but I think they got 6 from who did they play yesterday? Guatemala or Honduras, one of those teams. So Jamaica should probably have an easy time with them, but it'll be somewhat of a tougher game today. We're in the 50s ranked, and the Dominican Republic is 150. That's a big difference, right? And so you'd hope that the game materialize based on the rankings that we see. So Tony, say if you can get that link, it's CONCACAF, and it should be on their YouTube channel. Now, I always rely upon the chat, actually. I always rely upon the chat to give me information about when things have changed. Because, things change quite a bit. This game was slated for 7:30 U.S. time, 6:30 Jamaica time, and because of some lighting issues in the stadium that they had to reschedule the game to an earlier time, which is now. So, unfortunately,
so I can see the game is set to start at, or the YouTube says it's scheduled to start at 9:30 my time. So,
right,
is
which
that
is right.
what you're seeing?
Which is 4:30 my time. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 4:30 my time, which is correct. So that's the right time. So people, we have on the screen the team that's going to be playing the game today. I did get the official match squad, but I got it in a text, and I didn't port it to my TV with the subs. But this is the team. I think this is the team that we expect. If you look at the squad, the team it's a good team. Antonio plays in the Premier League. Shamar plays in the French league. Cephas plays where I'm gonna say this wrong. In Italy, I think. DJ plays in Championship. Lowe plays in MLS. Bobby Reed plays for Fulham. So all these players are here. I think Tajan is MLS. Deshaun is in the English league. So we have played. Jamal Wade is probably the only player who doesn't play. In fact, all of these players play. I'm just trying to say, there's no locally based player here, I don't think. Is Jamal local? I can't remember if Jamal Wade is local, actually. But all these players here play someplace overseas, so they have some pedigree. Dominican Republic, I know a lot of their players are sourced from overseas, but they play in various levels, actually. And they don't have the pedigree that the Jamaica team has. So hopefully pedigree wins out today. And hopefully the stadium field is decent. I mean, I'm told it looks good, but sometimes looking good doesn't mean the surface is well. So we'll see. Okay, so Christopher Wright saying he plays in the USL, which is one league lower than the MLS in the States, actually. So it's a decent league. So Tony, what are your thoughts? How are you doing? How are you doing anyway?
Yeah, doing well.
Do you get a chance to watch any CONCACAF football? Because I know you guys are elitists in Europe.
Yeah, we are. I'm afraid to say. I'm going to be totally honest, and I'm not even going to pretend. I mean, Jamaica have played in the Copa America once before. Am I correct?
Yes, they played out in maybe once or twice actually. They played in South America.
So that's been my experience of Jamaica playing international football certainly within the last 10 years. I actually was invited to see Jamaica play in the World Cup in '98 in France. So I was able to go and see the Reggae Boys, the original Reggae Boys as they were, play in France in that World Cup. My good friend Frank Sinclair, who was at the time at Chelsea, and some other players that, had looked after me. So yeah, I do get the odd bit of exposure. My heritage is Guyanese, so I don't have a lot to look out for in the CONCACAF, unfortunately.
Well, here's the thing.
Certainly not in football, anyway. I can say we've got a good history in cricket, but not in soccer.
Well, I'll say this actually, which is you do have a lot of oil. Let's hope they use that. We'll talk about that another time, actually. But they use that oil money wisely because there's a lot of oil, and the projection GPD is ridiculous. And let's hope they don't let those big oil companies just cipher all of that money, and they can get some royalties from when they produce all that oil. But that's something for another day. But that's a big deal actually for them, actually, as a country. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to today's game. Obviously, the lineup is probably what we expect. There may be one or two players. Someone may come in. I heard that the kid Dixon, who is a schoolboy footballer, just finished playing schoolboy football. Actually, has been very impressive in training. He's a youngster, and I'm sure he's looking to move overseas at some point. Some people expect him to start. Some people were predicting he was going to start, and some said he was going to start. I'm not sure where they got their intelligence from, but that was definitely wrong. But I expected this team to start because these are the experienced players. They're the ones who've been trying and tested. Apart from maybe Tajan Gray, most of these players have played, and Cephas hasn't played a ton for the team, but he played in the last Nations League semifinal and final. So, but no, it's a good team. It's a balanced team. The one thing we talked about, Tony, actually, for a little while now, is that we don't seem to get a lot of good midfielders from the Caribbean, actually. Or even players we source from, English-born players who nationalize, who come to play for Jamaica, or even for the other Caribbean countries, frankly. We don't seem to get a lot of very good midfielders. Any perspective on that? I don't know why that's the case.
Well, maybe because the central midfield area is the one area of the pitch that most teams globally struggle to find players from. I mean, I've mentioned this when I discuss about Arsenal with yourself. You can find wingers a dime a dozen. You can find strikers a dime a dozen. You can find goalkeepers regularly. Defenders are literally coming out of your ears. central midfielders, dynamic midfielders. Not every country has that.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and for that reason, you know, you look at the top leagues in the world. You look at, you know, France, Italy, Spain, England, and look in the teams of each of those leagues, and maybe the top 3 or 4 have dynamic centre midfielders. Other than that, it's very sparse. And that's the reason why, you know, when I look at if I were to rank the top central midfielders in Europe or playing European football, you know, you've got Rodri at Man City, Toni Kroos, who's now retired, of course. Luka Modric is at the end of his career. He's literally on the way out. Thomas Partey. And help me now.
I'm struggling too. I mean, playing today's football, in today's football, it's tough. I mean, even Emre Can looked good, who has been not playing for a while. You know, he went from Liverpool to Italy and he went back to Dortmund, and he looks good in the midfield, but he's one of the older ones, right? So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, we have people like Caicedo coming through, but we don't have a ton of CDMs who we can say are dominating. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Jude Bellingham is obviously one that is, you know, extremely good as a midfielder. And I'm not differentiating between attacking midfielder and defensive midfielder. I'm just calling it midfielder in general, because it's a position which he almost needs to be adaptable to playing either attacking or midfielder. You know, back in the day, we didn't have this differential between the two. You know, Patrick Vieira was just a midfielder, a central midfielder.
Right.
You know, we didn't see him as defensive because he could attack just as effectively as he could defend. We've sort of got to that point now where there are, you know, wing backs and inverted full backs, and, you know, strikers who are not strikers because they play on a wing. So we've made a lot of positions out of what generally used to be defenders, midfielders, and strikers or attackers.
Yeah,
and
for Jamaica, the midfield,
midfield, that central midfield role, there's not many people who actually ascend to being elite in that position, and as a result, that's why I would imagine that, you know, some countries would struggle. If you've got one, you've done really well.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's a big time struggle, right? We moved Damian Lowe, who played centre half, into the midfield. He did a brilliant job against Canada, but to be honest, he's not a true midfielder, right? He's good defensively, but when he gets the ball to utilize it, it's a challenge, actually. Right? So even though he does a yeoman's job in the midfield, he breaks up play. He's very, very aggressive. He wins a lot of balls. You know, he's like a destroyer in the midfield.
Yeah.
We hope he doesn't get any cards, but he's a destroyer in the midfield. When he wins the ball and to utilize the ball, or to take the ball off the defense, or to balance out the play, when to increase tempo, when to slow it down, that is not there for him. And so the question that one asks is, where can we source them? I mean, I'm sure we'll have to learn to build them as a country, frankly. And the JFF is going through a process now of trying to re-engineer the football, starting with significantly increasing the coaching, frankly, and accreditation of coaches. But it's something that's a challenge for not Jamaica alone, but the Caribbean.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a challenge for a lot of countries, in fact, because what you're actually doing is you're developing footballers at the youth academies globally. And as they come to that maturity age, 16, 17, 18, they suddenly realize that there may need to be an adjustment of position. So I'll give you the typical case. Ashley Cole started at Arsenal as a striker. When he got, when Arsenal won the Youth Cup with Ashley Cole, he was a left winger. But at the same time, he was also playing his first games as a left back in the first team. And he ended up becoming the best left back that we've seen. So a lot of that happens where players just generally just move from being trained and given tutelage in playing in one position to actually playing in another position by the end of their tutelage. It's something that I think you can't really rear a centre midfielder. Just like I don't think you can rear a centre back. A goalkeeper is probably the one position that you can isolate, but it's not unusual to hear a story of a guy being a striker all of his youth career and then ending up as a centre back.
But the transition doesn't really occur when you get to the pro, does it? So throughout your career, you hear a lot. Even Lowe played forward when he was younger, right? Damien Lowe played forward, transition to defense. But when they get to 17, 18, 19, and they get into the professional environment, they really change them. I mentioned yesterday on my podcast that Iwobi that used to play for us at Arsenal, that played forward. When he went to Everton, they had somebody get a red card. They put him in midfield. He's not a midfielder. And someone should have noticed that because he couldn't score goals, right? Iwobi was never a scorer. Joey Linton is the same thing. Came from Germany, came to Newcastle, played forward, can't score. Somebody got hurt. He got in the midfield. And I said, why don't we do more of that?
Yeah.
You know, that's a little bit strange, actually, that coaches don't and for Jamaica, for example, just think about the team. So the team we have here now, we have 4 very good forwards, I'm going to call them, between Cephas, Bobby Reed, Nicholson, and Antonio. And think about Gray's not here, and Gray's been phenomenal since he played for Jamaica. Leon Bailey's not here, right? So that's 6 players. If they're all here, 2 of these have to be on the bench. And we also have Dixon and the kid Whisper from Chelsea. So that's 8 players of offensive ability. You got to put 4 on the bench. Yeah. So why would you try one of those in midfield and see what happens, especially in the 10, not necessarily playing in the 6 or the 8, but playing the 10, right? You want your best players on the field, and you may say, well, they're really forwards. And here's a question, Tony. Is this like quarterbacks we have in the NFL? You know, when quarterbacks first were of a certain persuasion, because they're supposed to have certain intellect, all of a sudden, what happened when all these other quarterbacks now come were of a different persuasion? They just gain intellect all of a sudden? Or is it that coaches start putting them in position based on their physical attributes and say, you know what? Maybe you can play quarterback and utilize some of those attributes differently. If you're quick and you play wing, is that the only place you can play, really? Or can you try something else? Because I still need you to go to the midfield with some vigor and some speed and some force, right? If you can, like Eze, for example.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is about Jamaica. This is not about, we're just talking about, Jamaica need midfielders, and we got to figure out a way to get them or convert them because it's not working. But for today's game, people in the chat, you can call in actually before the game. We have 21 minutes left. We can take 1 or 2 calls. I will post the number on the screen, which I've learned to do, if I can do it now.
So there's a question you've posted up.
The post is, question actually, yes.
So that's an interesting one. So Gillian, the English Premier League relies upon sourcing players from academies. Generally, that's how it works. So each club has an academy that would start from as young as age 7, and they develop the players through the academies. And as I said, what would generally happen is a lot of these players, they move about positionally through their time in academies, although the academies are generally trying to create specialists. So what they'll do is they'll look at the physicality of a child and look at the potential height and say, okay, he's going to be fast. So we want him to be playing left wing, right wing. We want him to play behind the defenders so he can utilize his pace. Or he's skillful and he can see a pass. So we're going to try and utilize that and make him like an Eddie Nweri who plays at Arsenal, somebody who can move laterally across the middle of the park and receive the ball and move it to the strikers. That doesn't necessarily always work the way you hope it will do. And it's that process which is how we end up with players who started their young years in development leagues as one position, typically a striker, would then end up being a winger or a central midfielder. I'm trying to think of, there are certain places of excellence where they learn a particular style of football, where they will be, you would imagine, able to create a a larger number of midfielders, and I'm thinking of La Masia, which is Barcelona's School of Excellence, because every player there has the ability to receive balls in a tight window, move the ball very quickly, use one-touch football. So those types of players who come through that schooling automatically are very well suited to playing in a midfield system.
So, Tony, I've been having this discussion with the technical director for the Jamaica Football Federation about that, because his philosophy is you utilize your strengths, and one of those is our physical attributes. And my view is that in today's football, you got to get comfortable with the ball. The ball has to be your baby, right? You got to be able to play the ball on the ground, be comfortable with the ball. And I think Spain, which has, as you noticed, you alluded to La Mesa, the Barcelona Academy, but they're producing some of the coaches which are dominating world football, frankly, right? Mm-hmm. You look across the board, they have the most UEFA at the highest level licenses in football, and they're producing the coaches who are getting all the top jobs, right? Even the kid at Arsenal, I forgot his name, the 30-year-old Arteta assistant, they're saying he's going to be a brilliant coach. He's
Carlos Cuesta.
Exactly. I mean, you think about it. 30 years old, and he's being groomed as the next special one. So they do a good job in terms of how they develop coaches. I think their football philosophy informs that, actually. Oh, we have another guest. Bless up, Mr. One Arsenal 101. Apollo, how are you doing? I'm here with Tony. We're talking football in general, but we'll talk about Jamaica now going forward. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, man. I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. Just came back from swimming. As you can see here, I'm sporting the Arsenal Jamaican top. Reggae boys in the house. Yeah, man. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
And everyone in the chat, we are another podcast which Apollo owns, which is Arsenal 101. Tony, myself, and Apollo and others do a lot of the Arsenal games on weekends and during the week and preseason of the whole works, or have chats about the Premier Leagues on Friday. So it's great to have Apollo here. And in fact, Apollo 101 channel is the first channel I've ever been on in the YouTube space, because I didn't know much about YouTube. There was a party person in London, I forgot his name, Apollo, who did the party circuit. He moved back to the States. He told me about the Arsenal 101, which was great, actually. So you introduced me to the YouTube podcast, and I've caught the fever, and so I'm here, obviously.
Yes,
so thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me.
Cheers, man. Cheers. What's going on, Tony?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, guys.
So we're here to talk the Jamaica football. You can see on the screen, actually, we have the lineup for the game against Dominican Republic. I didn't put the Dominican Republic team up because most people don't know them. So I don't think I'll be doing justice by having them here and talk about them, because I can't talk about something I don't know, and I'm sure Tony and Apollo are not familiar with them. They're supposedly ranked 150th in the world. I'm not sure if their ranking has changed. So, and Jamaica is in the 50th. I forgot what Jamaica's number is. But if that's the case, given the disparity in the ranking, the assumption would be this should be an easy game. But I know that they've spent a lot of resources, because they beat us on the under-20, actually, in developing their football, the younger team. I'm sure some of that transition to their more senior team. So the expectation would be that they would provide some opposition. The question is how stiff is that opposition?
Well, I think in my time, I follow the Reggae boys, being Jamaican myself. So it's really weird, because we haven't lost a World Cup qualifier to a Caribbean side since 2016. So it's been that long. Who was it? I think it was it Haiti? Was it Haiti the last time, the last team to beat us? No, it was Honduras. It was Honduras.
Well, Honduras is in Central America. We have lost. Yeah. We have. I don't remember which team it is, but it'd be a team like a Trinidad, but I don't remember what team it is actually. It's been a while. It's been a while.
But the thing is, in saying that, in terms of World Cup qualification, the last time we did that, we only won one game, and that was the last game against Honduras when we won 2-1. So even though our record is great against the Caribbean islands, it's not good in the general aspect of getting through to the final phase.
Yeah, we do a good job against Central America. We do a good job in Caribbean. We have struggled with I said 4, 5 or so, the top teams. So Panama, Costa Rica, the U.S.,
Mexico,
Canada, Mexico. Those 5 teams are the top teams actually in the region.
Yeah.
I think we are probably about 6. Guatemala, Honduras are trying to catch us basically. Sides like Haiti, they probably have their own. Haiti was good way back in the 70s, but they've had problems since then as a country, which translates to their team. So, and Apollo, the game should be on the CONCACAF YouTube channel.
Actually, I was wondering if you could help me with that, because I've got my IPTV on and I don't have anything on there at the moment. I'm trying to think to myself, where's the game?
Well, here's the thing. It's on CONCACAF YouTube, but sometimes they block it for people in this region where I am actually. But you may get it directly. Right. It won't matter for you. But for me,
so
it makes a challenge. So we'll see.
I can see Apollo on my YouTube. So if you just put in CONCACAF and Jamaica, it should bring it up.
Right. Okay. So that's CON. CA. Here we go. Right. Okay.
And then click on look for the Jamaica. You'll see the series of matches and you click on the
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. Yep. Okay, I'm on there.
So it says in 12 minutes and 50 seconds, 49 seconds.
And 555 people waiting. I wonder if we can get them waiting to watch us as well.
You know what? You make a great point, actually. I was trying to click on it and see if I could get in and put my link.
No, guys, I gotta be honest. I just give you my 2 cents about this game. I'm really looking forward to this game for 2 reasons. Number one, as I said, we're really strong against the Caribbean teams, but I think the problem is we're missing several players in this game, and that's what's going to make the game exciting for me. Because how are we going to get over that? Our class, our depth, we're going to be looking on a lot of players who's going to come in, Palmer, Anderson, Lee, Nicholas, Antonio, those kind of guys to come in and kind of fill the void, because a whole heap of players are missing.
Well, I mean, the team is on the screen. So we're missing Leon and we're missing Gray,
Pinnock, and Blake.
We're missing Pinnock. We're missing Lembakisa.
We're
missing Amari Bell. Yeah, we're missing Amari Bell. So, but Greg Lee's a very good cover, actually. In fact, sometimes he plays as well as Bell does. Tejan Gray, interesting. He's young. We'll see how he does. Pinnock, as we know, is an excellent centre back. Here's a question for you guys, actually. I know we're close to game time. Do you think Pinnock would have been in the England team if he didn't convert to Jamaica? Would he have been in the England team?
That's a good shout. I think now he would have been. Right. I don't think previously. They've held on to far too much players. And Pinnock, if you remember, guys, last year we did our Premier League team in the season, and Pinnock actually made it. He was. If you check on who scored, Tony's a big advocate of who scored. Who scored adds up the metrics of every single player on the pitch. So regardless whether you think a player's played good or bad, it adds the actual factual metrics of a player in regards to what they're doing on the field. Pinnock was the top centre back in the league. Not last season, the season before. Yeah. So that's how good he is. So yes, I think he would have, if they were doing it on performance and form, he would have been in the England team. So it is what it is, man. I mean, it's our benefit.
No, it's the right choice he made. Actually, I'm just trying to see how that would look like.
And
go ahead.
Let's not forget that England likes to try to steer players towards their team, even if they know they're not going to be potentially long term. We've seen this so many times.
Ainsley Maitland-Niles is the one I think about.
Yeah, you get one international and then you cast out into the
because he would have been playing for us, actually. His mom is one of those true Jamaicans, raw-born Jamaicans. I'm sure he would have come to us eventually.
How are we missing all this talent?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. I mean, and we're trying to get Morgan Gibbs-White. We're trying to get Reece Nelson. There are a bunch of players there with Jamaican heritage.
Yeah.
Gibbs-White didn't make the last team. Amari Hutchinson. Amari Hutchinson is playing for Jamaica, but he hasn't been capped yet, actually. Okay. Yeah, he's played 2 or 3 games, but he hasn't been capped yet. But the hope is that those players would eventually realize that they need to come home and convert.
Yeah.
And
that would be, I think something that I would love to see. I just, I look at how strong France are as an international team, and just look at how many international players they benefit from. You know, it's just crazy. You know, actual Frenchmen in that team, few and far between.
So the coverage of the game has just started on my YouTube channel, but I think it goes beyond that, because what they're doing is they've got these scouts out there getting all this information on where the parents come from, and they're attacking it. If you look at Japan and South Korea and all these teams over the last 5 to 8 years, their teams are full of multicultural people, and that's because they're doing their due diligence. They're doing a job, background checks. They get into these players while they're young, and their international teams are benefiting from them. They're doing really well on the big scale. So, unfortunately, Jamaica, we're only thinking about really implementing that over the last few years, and so we need to get better at that. We need to get better at the grassroots side.
Well, we have a few people. I'm surprised we have. I mean, the stadium is not close to being packed, but I thought it'd be totally empty because the game was slated for 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 Jamaica time. The game got moved to 3:30, which is the middle of the day on a Thursday, which is tough. You know, people are at work, but some people have come out for the game. So hopefully, as time progresses, they'll have more people in the stands. And the boys do need the support, frankly, because it helps to have fans in the stadium cheering you on to try to drive you, especially when it gets hot. Even though I heard it's a little bit cooler today than normal.
Yeah.
So hopefully we have a good game, and hopefully it's an easy game. And we
shout out to the Arsenal fan in the stadium there who's wearing my top.
Big up, Tom. Stranger, thanks for joining. Big up, Ishmael. And Apollo's posted Arsenal 101 channel there. That's the one that mainly follows Arsenal, but also covers football on a global basis, frankly. Harry Wright. Princess Gillian, Duffy, thanks to you all for joining. As you guys know, I started this channel on Monday, and it's been growing quite a bit, which is good. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers by end of this month. I'm very ambitious, actually. So
that is crazy. You know, guys, it took me 1 year to get to 100 subscribers, and in my second year, I went straight to 2,000.
So I have 300 subscribers. If each of those subscribers bring in 4 people, that's over 1,000. That's all I have to say. So
wow.
For each of you in the chat, if you just tell your friend, your sister, your mom, even your pet, just have the pet press the button. That'll work.
Yeah, and you know why you'll get there? Because there's not a lot of coverage. You know, it's not saturated like Arsenal is. You know, Arsenal, you just
the Jamaica. Oh no, Apollo, I'm sorry, sir. YouTube in Jamaica, there's at least, since I announced in February I'm gonna have a channel, I think there's like
Apollo, I'm sorry, sir.
So I told him getting the feedback. There's about 14 people who started their own channel.
What?
That's someone told me that, so I don't know how that works. I don't know if it's that many, but that's how I was told since then, actually. So no, people are people have a lot of stuff they want to talk about in terms of football, not just Jamaica football, but football in general. And this is a very busy month in sports.
Yeah.
And people are seeing the national stadium. The game hasn't started yet, but between T20 cricket, the Olympics coming up in a month and a half. We have Copa America coming up down the pike. We have World Cup qualifiers. We have Euro, right? There's like 5 or 6 major events happening.
Yeah.
So if you have a YouTube channel, you can keep busy during that time period.
That's true, because we're going to be screening the England games. A couple of people have asked me to do it. I don't really follow England. Ever since all that stuff went down with Saka and the way how they treated the black players, I've moved all my allegiance to. I followed Jamaica from the 90s. But I follow them solemnly now. I don't even watch England games live. That's how bad it is. I just catch the highlights.
You know, I'm looking for subscribers. If you're not doing them, I'll do them. You're not doing those games, I'll do them. I'm begging for subscribers, man.
So I got a question. I got a question for you. Although this game is a very important game, is the National Stadium actually the best place for this game to be played?
Not with the size of the crowd, actually. Right?
Because I think with it being an athletic stadium rather than a football stadium, a purpose-built football stadium would allow the crowd to be closer, give a much more, intense atmosphere.
I think, sorry, I just want to say something, Bertram. I think when I went to Jamaica and I spoke to a couple of the groundsmen last time I was there, this would have been, 4 years ago. The feeling behind the whole thing is they have to generate, like I grew up in Wembley, and the stadium that was the hallmark for the city, and every person wanted to come in there and see it, and it was a grand old thing. But not just that, but it helped the businesses around it. I think that's what they're trying to do with this stadium. They want it to not just support the stadium itself, but everything around it, including the businesses, and have everyone benefiting from this. So if people want to come from abroad and watch the football team, or from what normally happens, the other West Indian islands, if they want to come in, because there's a lot of Jamaicans who live in Antigua, St. Kitts, and all these places, Barbados. So some of those people would be traveling in. So what it does is it just helps the surrounding area in terms of the business. That's what they're really trying to create.
But now, as Tony's alluding to, which is, there are a couple of things. One is, I'm not sure the fans support the national team as well as they can. The JPL final between Cavaliers and Mount Pleasant drew 20,000 people, right? This game, if they have 1,000, 2,000, they're lucky, frankly. Now, I would admit that game was at an appropriate time where people have time to get to the game. The game in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, doesn't lend itself to crowd attendance. And people, the national anthem is being played for Dominican Republic as the away team, and we'll see the Jamaican national anthem. Their flag is flying.
Yeah.
And then we'll have the Jamaican national anthem. You can see the team on the screen. The starting lineup is Jerome Waite in goal. Jerome Waite is not in squad builder, so I just put a weight there. Greg Lee's playing on the left back. We have in the middle Michael Hector, who was, to me, has redeemed himself as well as a Jamaican. He's playing brilliant football for the country. And Deshaun Bernard, who was a Man U Academy product. We have Tavon Gray, who's playing right back. Lambakis, who normally starts, has obviously suspension. Bobby Reed's on the right. Lowe and DJ is in the middle. And Cephas, who I am looking forward to seeing play at home. Speedy, Tricky, playing out wide. And then up front, we have Nicholson and Antonio. One thing I've talked about quite a bit is... Go ahead, Tony.
So I was going to say, interestingly, Bertram, you've listed it as a 4-4-2, whereas on my screen, I seem to have a 4-3-4 formation with Bernard, Hector, and Gray as the back three.
Oh, so he's playing. So who does he? That's interesting.
So it looks like Gray to the left, Bernard to the right, Hector in the center, and then Nicholson on the right of a 4, Lee on the left of the 4, Johnson and Lowe in the middle, and then the top 3 are Antonio, Deco, Delvarive, and Cephas.
Oh, I've got Lowe on the right.
They've got it now as a 5-3-2 on the screen.
Yeah, I've got it.
They don't know what we play. I'm sorry. I can tell you, people are confused. I don't know what we play either. I mean, obviously, based on what I'm showing you. So.
Yeah.
Totally confused.
It is a weird one. I'm on TNT Sports, and that's where it's got the lineup.
TNT showing the game?
It says that they are on their website, TNT Sports.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I've got the apps and everything, and I don't see it on there. But they're saying it's a 3-4-3, which is weird.
3-4-3.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
I'm trying to find 3.
I mean, to be honest, a lot of places will just put 3-4-3 as a because now they're showing the Dominican team on the screen on YouTube, and it's also a 5-3-2 as well. So
they just plug 5-3-2 in there, huh?
Well, I'm on ESPN as well, and they're saying it's 3-4-3 as well.
Is ESPN showing the game? Maybe overseas.
ESPN. Yeah, maybe. I'm just on the websites. Interesting. Well, the game's, game's ready to kick off.
Yeah. Maybe a slower feed than yours, Apollo, because I have them walking. They're changing. Location.
Yeah, I've got them walking through the center circle, changing sides now.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to reposition this team. It's really interesting, actually.
I think the thing I talked about how we're going to deal with the injuries and everything, but I think we have to remember as well is this Dominican side is very inexperienced, very inexperienced. I think they've made 8 changes from the team that played was the last year's international team. So they have a very young, inexperienced team, and I want to see how they're going to come out and impose themselves on this Jamaican squad, which is quite frankly a lot more talented than they are.
So I'll wait until I see the setup on the field actually, and then I'll change the team on the board.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
all these suggestions about what the team is by all these media outlets, and they don't get it right.
Yeah, so
Jamaica started with 4 up front. So 2 at the back, 4 in the middle.
I'm on 20 seconds at the moment, guys.
So I see Bernard and in the middle with Hector. So those 2 are there. Greg Lee.
Here we go.
Ball is played out wide.
Yeah, it's not a free kick there. 2 players are down though.
Oh, yeah. Somebody got hurt. Is that Nicholson?
Yeah, so they hit their knees together. They clash knees.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's Cephas actually. It's Cephas. Well, I expect Cephas to be running at people actually, quite a bit. I think it's 4 something. 4-2. I'm gonna try 4-2-3-1. I think it's a formation we're playing actually. Even though you may say something else. I think that's better look. Because I see Greg Lee and Gray, they're playing wide right and wide left, but Hector and Bernard are playing in the middle. Let me see that. So the referee he called a foul against us. That's weird.
Yeah, I thought it was going the other way around, but you know,
it might have been a drop ball.
Okay, ball is headed out to Bekover Reed. Plays the ball, trying to find Antonio. Dominican Republic, the ball. They're in Jamaica's half. They're playing the ball around.
Yes, that's good. That's good defense. That's good defense there. Yep, and it goes towards Jamaica. That free kick.
Yeah, and yesterday, I watched a game yesterday between Trinidad and Grenada, and the referee gave a penalty. The player turned his head, tucked his hand in, hit his elbow, and he gave a penalty.
So first of all, what's your thoughts on the kit? So I've seen some really good Jamaican kits. The last one had the yellow shirt with the green stripes. This one doesn't have the stripes, so this must be a new launch of a new kit now that we have. Adidas
just launched some new kits actually. Shenshea and some of the boys and girls of the team have been advertising them.
Yeah, I must admit it's a bit bland. I'm not a fan.
Which one? They're different colors. You know, there's about 2 different.
They have a green top and they have a black one. I'm about to buy the black one actually. Okay. they've got one that's all black, but that's it. It's just plain.
So the new black is like a multicolored, or black stroke green is a multicolored jersey. I'll send you a picture in your WhatsApp, Apollo. But essentially, there have been 3 new kits just launched.
Yeah.
So Deshaun Bernard has the ball, trying to go deep as we normally do, trying to find Antonio. Ball ricocheted off him. Dominican Republic is better than I thought they were, actually.
Well, yeah, as I said,
man, they play the ball on the ground a little bit.
Yeah, they've got a lot of young new players there. There's Emerson. Shout out to Emerson in the chat. Big up to you, my brother.
Yes, Emerson.
It says, question, would Amari Hutchinson fit into the team in 2 or 3 years? Hell, he can get into the team right now.
He could play the 10. But if it's the entire team, he may struggle to get in, actually. But he could be good in the 10, actually, even though he plays wing for Ipswich. Yeah,
because the ceiling definitely has been lifted in on these guys. But
you think we don't have Gray or Leon in this team, right? So and they're normally starters, frankly.
What's your thoughts on Miguel Lloyd? He's reached the half a century in the team's caps. How do you think his career's gone?
Who's Miguel Lloyd? You said that name before. We don't have a Miguel Lloyd.
Yeah, he's Miguel Lloyd is the who does he play for again? I'm just trying to.
We don't have Miguel Lloyd team actually. We don't have Miguel Lloyd.
Yeah,
we have Johnson in the midfield. We have Palmer in the midfield, who plays for Coventry.
Yeah, he plays for the Dominican Republic.
Oh, you talking about him? I haven't seen him play actually. I haven't seen him play.
Yeah, he's a decent player talent. A lot is, and he's one of their better players.
Okay. So Jamaica has the ball in the middle of their half. Hector with the ball, looking for a pass. Plays the ball to Lowe. Lowe goes wide to Gray. Gray looking inside. Back to Lowe.
That's
back
nice.
to Gray. Good play. Good. Ball down the wing to Antonio. Maybe a little bit too hard, actually.
I think
a little bit too much pace. Yeah, he could have made a better pass than that. He had time to play the ball at the right pace to get it to Antonio. But
so,
build up.
Question for Bertram: over or under? Antonio led us in scoring in the last World Cup qualifications with 3 goals. Does he get under 3 goals or over 3 goals
in
this
what
qualification? In this group stage,
he'll get over 3 goals because we're playing lesser teams. Because the last round we played in qualification was some of the better teams actually, right? Had all the best teams, but I think he'll get more goals than 3.
Yeah, I think that was 2022 when he had the 3 goals there, and he was starved of service. We draw a lot of games, you know, Bertram.
Yeah,
we draw, and you have to give credit to our defense. And when you look, you got those phases, one where we're just leaking goals. And then over the last few years, our defense has definitely improved. It's shored up. We're more solid at the back. But then the midfield creativity there just starves the strikers up front. And we've just been lacking goals over the last 2 years.
You mean the midfield lack of creativity? Tony and I were talking before about we don't seem to have the midfield.
Yeah, they don't create nothing.
They
don't create nothing.
Yeah, but the defense between Pinnock, Hector, Lowe, Bernard, Amari Bell, Greg Lee, a lot of good defenders. A lot of good defenders, actually.
Yeah. And, you know, these are competent defenders. You know, they know how their angles, the positioning is good. Lots of good duels, tackles. They're strong into the tackle. And that's where they've improved greatly. And that's why we're not making silly mistakes.
Well, here's interesting. We're trying to play out from the back, which is not our forte, right? Mm-hmm. And Dominican Republic have done their homework. They're pressing us high.
Yeah.
Right? So we just turn the ball over deep on the left side because we're trying to play out and they're pressing us high. Ball is kicked upfield, being chased by Nicholson. Played back to the goalkeeper by the Dominican Republic player. Booted out by the goalkeeper. Game hasn't settled down as yet. We're 7 minutes in, score Jamaica 0, Dominican Republic 0.
Yeah, I can see. I've gone for 3-0 today, Bertrand. I've gone for 3-0 Jamaica.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've gone for 3-0. I see maybe a goal before halftime, then 2 goals in the second half.
Okay, we'll see if your prediction materializes.
Yeah, it's just because the age of the Dominican side, the inexperience. I think over a time Jamaica would just wear them down.
That's possible. But we have to do a better job of moving the ball between the lines. I mean,
that's exactly what I would have said. Right now, just looking at the way Jamaica seem to be progressing the ball, there's not a natural progression through the lines.
Yes, good hold-up play there by Antonio. Actually, it's Nicholas.
He got fouled. Yeah. We should put the bar far post from here. Nicholson and Antonio are good in the air, actually. So, and they have size.
Yeah. Nicholson, he has good hold-up play. Uses his body really well.
Yeah. Also, I think they have set pieces they work on quite a bit. Actually, that's part of their training routine. I went to watch them in Texas. They have whether it's throw-in or free kicks. They do a good job on their set pieces. So let's see how this works.
And Shamar Nicholson, you got to look at him as one of the danger men. He's had 17 caps for the team, 4 goals, 5 assists. He's quite that player.
Yeah.
He's quite that player for the team, and it's good because I think what was happening a couple of years back is we were too dependent on Antonio, and so it's good to see that there's more goals in the team. It's a shame we haven't got a midfield like that. We just lost the ball in a silly position on the left-hand side.
I thought he got
Ball's
fouled,
played
actually.
through. Yeah, the quality of the ball going through from Jamaica wasn't that great.
And that was a bad turnover was that Bernard? It was a bad turnover.
I think it was Bernard, yeah.
That's a really bad turnover. Ball is with DJ, plays the ball inside to Bernard, plays the low turn, looking for a pass. We're in the middle of Jamaica half, score Dominican Republic, 0, Jamaica 0. They have looked dangerous, actually.
Yeah.
They don't look like a team that's ranked 150. They look better than that.
Yeah.
I don't see 100 place difference between the two teams.
Yeah, true.
But we're in a time of a well organized team does not look its position.
Oh, brilliant!
That was
great run down the left there.
Who was that?
Yeah.
Was that Cephas or was that? Yeah, Cephas is really, really tricky and skillful.
Yeah, he went past his man for fun there.
Yeah, he does that for fun. He's really, really tricky, quick, skillful. I think he's going to be the danger man for Jamaica today.
Yeah, and I don't want to go too much into it, but he, for me, is the reason why they're not missing Leon Bailey. We don't want to really want to talk about Leon Bailey too much, but he's the reason why I think we're not missing Leon Bailey.
All great for that matter. No, he's a really good player. I think he's underrated as far as I'm concerned. I think he's a good player, and I think he'll do well. Bless up, Ricardo. Thanks for joining. Emerson says 2-0. Princess Jillian, who says she's Guyanese, so Tony has a kindred spirit.
Hey, Jillian.
1-0.
Yeah, Jillian is going for 1-0. She's saying that I'm a bit too optimistic.
I don't know. Dominican Republic playing the ball on the ground better than we are sometimes, actually.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, Dominic have all.
Well, that's nice. That was nice.
Gray.
But no, I thought the player. Oh, he says is a throw-in. I thought he fouled Gray, actually.
Yeah,
there was definitely a foul there.
Yeah.
How's he not see that foul?
I don't know. That's weird, man. Look, now he's going to give the free kick. Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Dominica has a free kick on the left-hand side and maybe about 3 yards out of the penalty area. Dangerous position, this.
It is a dangerous position. They look better than like I said, their rankings suggest, actually. They don't look like a bad team.
So I was going to say, in relation to rankings, because I think there's very little between sort of position 1 and position 50. I mean, if you look at the team ranked number 1 in the world and the team ranked number 50 in the world, the team ranked 50 can beat the team ranked number 1, because all it takes is the likes of Denmark, who won the European Championships, Greece, who won the European Championships, showing that when a team is well organized, you can have all the stars you like. My organization can counter what talent you put on the field. Great.
Yeah. I think I made this point earlier on before. The issue is Dominica's such a young team, and when they've played well-balanced, experienced teams at this level,
that's a good ball. Ball played deep in the corner to Bobby Reed. He tries to cross it, and that was poor by Bobby. That was a horrible cross.
Dominica
went out of play.
Yeah.
When Dominica have played teams at this stage, they look overwhelmed and out of sorts against the stronger teams. And really, you'd expect them to start fast because they're young, they're spirited. But this type of ability we've seen doesn't last for long. They do get weighed down very easily.
Yeah, we're starting to press up. Now, what the hell is this?
I've got an advert that kicked in for me as well. Yeah,
I got the same.
YouTube does that nonsense nowadays. YouTube is trying to make money every single way. In the middle of a game, they're advertising.
Yeah, you can't even watch live footage without adverts now. It's
but the thing is, but you can choose whether to do that for more revenue. I have that always ticked off on my channel.
Dominican Republic plays the ball over the top, trying to go in. Jamaica won the ball back. That was dangerous play. Tavon Gray with the ball, looking to pass. He goes deep. Anybody's ball, I call it.
Yeah, you got to find a midfielder there. You got.
And they're struggling on the field. The field looks like it's pretty. I don't know. It's not wet, but it's the surface not great. Antonio run ball is the football is all over the place.
Yeah,
they need to settle down and put the ball on the ground and play the ball. It's not the most watchable football at the moment.
Yes, and this is what they need. They need and so does everybody else need a Thomas Partey in the midfield. But you just need a guy. You just need a guy who's. You just need a guy who's going to receive the ball at his feet, hold it, and then transition the ball. And the transition's not really good. And from what I've seen from Jamaica, where they've had success is where the ball's been played over the midfield in terms of the long ball. And then one of the, whether it's Nicholas or whether it's Antonio is getting on the end to hold it up and bring others into play. That's the type of success that we're having. But we need someone at the skilled position in the middle of the park to really know how to transition the ball. But, so does every other team in the world. And they're looking for those players too. They're not easy to find.
Bertrand, almost.
They look more dangerous than we do, actually, around the box.
Yeah. So as Bertram and I had this conversation before you came up, Apollo, about raising and developing centre midfielders is one of the most difficult things to do because pretty much you look around world football, there just aren't that many numbers. You can find wingers and strikers a dime a dozen, but actual progressive.
Jamaica has the ball going forward.
There you go. Yes.
Cross the ball to Nicholson.
1-0
Jamaica. Brilliant. Brilliant counter-attack, Jamaica. Brilliant. Of a corner.
Yes.
Brilliant counter-attack. And that's all Cephas again. And I keep telling people, this kid has ability. He's quick. He's skillful. He cannot be marked one-on-one. And he just showed it.
What did I say about Shamar, guys? I said 17 appearances, 4 goals, 5 assists. He is the other danger man, and you can see
that was put on a platter.
His time.
That was put on a platter for him, though.
Yeah, it was. But did you see how early he made his break to get away from his man? As soon as the ball went out, he darted through the middle. So that's just instincts there. That's his 5th goal in 18 games for the national team. Really good talent, man.
A while ago. In the old Wenger days.
Yeah.
Going forward and not thinking about a balanced attack to defend. So when I lose the ball, I defend. That was poor. And as he said, Apollo, they're probably inexperienced.
Yeah.
But it showed a while ago, actually.
Yeah.
They had Cephas got by the first man. That was it. They had everyone forward. Good goal, Jamaica. Jamaica 1, Dominican Republic 0.
Yeah. And the thing is, Nicholas is not a young player. He's 26. So
he's mid-20s.
Yeah, he's 26, 27. So he's in his prime. So you'd expect him to really
27 now.
Yeah. So he should have really had a better, more solid career. He's only played 17 games for the national team. So
to be honest, he's been about, he's playing currently in League 2 with Clermont, but he's actually licensed to Spartak Moscow.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Yeah, he was there for a while. He was scoring goals for them too, but when COVID came about, things went a different direction, actually. We got a
fight fan who's shouting out Tony in the chat. Big up to you, my friend. By the way,
fight fan Danny, that my good friend from Jamaica. So big up to Danny, Fight Fan TV. If you like your boxing, go follow his channel. He was with me in Saudi Arabia, and he's a huge he's a Crystal Palace fan, and very much a big Jamaican national. He loves everything about Jamaica.
So Fight Fan, while you're here, if you haven't subscribed, please do so.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining, by the way. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, I've got a few people on the. I put this on my Facebook wall, so I've got a few people who's tuning in. I think what I'm going to do is put the link in the YouTube channel of 101 on Arsenal. So give me a second.
Jamaica playing the ball forward. I think they're making sure to find Cephas as much as possible, actually. Go wide of Cephas. Trying to go wide.
Okay,
that didn't work.
Oh.
Yeah. That was a bad move by Hector a while ago. He went on a position and he was in no man's land, trying to be aggressive. Jamaica with the ball in their own half. Ball Cephas play back to Greg Lee. He should go inside to Lowe. He go inside to I was leaning back.
Let's try and get this on my YouTube channel here. Right, here we go. Community. Let me put this on a tag so all the 101 subscribers will be able to see this.
Nicholson with the ball, going back to Greg Lee.
So, guys, if you're unable to see the game, it is on YouTube. It's on CONCACAF channel. Just put in CONCACAF and Jamaica, and you should see the Jamaica versus Dominican Republic game. It's live on YouTube now. Obviously, you're listening to the commentary here on Cranky Live.
Yes, and we are live. And in charge. Ball out to Greg. He fumbled the ball, plays it back to DJ. DJ goes across field to Greg Lee. We have the ball in our half with Greg Lee with the ball, looking for a pass. Should try to go outside the Cephas as much as possible. He turned the ball over, trying to beat his man. I don't know why he just made the ball do the work, and he's trying to do the work himself.
Right, I've just sent that on my YouTube channel, so don't be surprised if you see some of our regulars turn up.
The Dominican Republic is playing the ball much shorter pass than we are, actually. Now, we're physical and we're playing, we're trying to attack them, but they're doing a job of just keeping the ball in the middle of the park. They're not making the progress they should, but they have more control of just trying to keep the ball and move the ball around. They're playing the ball around us, actually.
The thing that you got to remember, Bertram, football is a very simple game. It's a very simple game. Keeping the ball should be, if practiced in the right way, very simple.
Yep.
And clearly that's what a team like Dominican Republic are trying to do, is to just establish themselves in terms of a passing game, trying to keep possession. Obviously, if you're organized well enough and you've got players of a suitable quality, then you should have times of dominating the game.
Yep. What are you doing, DJ? You play the ball to no one. We're not connecting, actually. We have the ball deep in their half, and he just made a horrible pass to no one, from no place. He took the ball away from Cephas. I'm not sure what he did with it.
So Emerson is just asking for the link. I'm just going to send the link now, Emerson. I'm just going to send it.
Or just type into YouTube. Here. It's on
YouTube.
No.
I've just put the link there. Emerson, if you can click onto that link, then that's where the game is being shown.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube, Emerson is putting CONCACAF. Then you should be able to click on the Jamaica versus, because they're showing all the games in this region. Ball trying to go over the top to try to find Nicholas. I'm not seeing Antonio in the game at all, actually. Jamaica with the ball going wide. Just go wide to Cephas, and he's going to do his dribble.
He's got a lot of space out there.
Yep.
Here we go, guys. Come on.
Low with a shot way over the bar.
Yeah.
I think in that case, he should take the shot and cut the ball and do something else with it. The shot wasn't.
I thought that was worth a shot.
The shot. I don't think so. Was right? Look. His shot wasn't on. He would have blocked it. If you fake the shot, then you get more chance to shoot.
He teed it up nicely.
You're going to turn it back to it, then you can move the ball away, position, and shoot, actually.
I think the pace of the pass to him was a little bit slow. But I think
slow.
the idea was there.
Bless up, Cam. Thanks for joining.
Oh, wow. Yeah. See, I put the link on our YouTube channel and everybody's starting to come in now. Good to see Emerson. Good to see Cam.
And Cam, if you don't know the link, it's on YouTube. It's the CONCACAF channel.
Yeah, it's right there above where the
link is in the chat, actually.
Yeah. I mean, this is going exactly how I thought it would go in regards to us being 1-0 up at halftime, and then we'll get a couple of goals in the second half. But this team they're young, they're spirited, but unfortunately they don't have the mental and physical stamina at this level. And I always see them drop off against quality teams at this level. So it's pretty much going to form as I would expect.
Well, no, they play the ball decent on the ground, actually. They do a better job of playing the balls from their half to our deep in our half. I think they lose perspective or the other ideas when they get to the final third, actually. Jamaica has the ball deep in his own half. Gray has it. It's going to go long.
So I've got some stats for you. So far, possession has been 61% to Jamaica, 39 to Dominican. Jamaica have had 117 passes to Dominican's 80. Jamaica's pass accuracy is 81% compared to Dominican's 78%.
Dominicans have do they have a corner? Look like they have a corner, actually.
And this will be their second corner of the game.
Oh, it looks like Cam has just subscribed to your channel as well.
Thanks, Cam. Appreciate it.
Good.
Oh, that just ball came across and misheaded by.
Yeah, it could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, that could have gone anywhere. No Jamaicans were close to that cross, actually.
Biggs is saying what I thought about 10 minutes ago. It is extremely windy. The purpose of having a high back wall in the stadium is to cut most of the wind out. How is a stadium like this? Maybe this stadium is what they call a flower stadium, where it doesn't have that high back and it spreads more outwards rather than upwards. And that's the reason why the wind is getting in there, because it does look extreme. Now they're doing a wide shot.
The flags on the other side shows, I think it's probably hot. They have a break.
Yeah, cooling break.
Cooling break, yeah. If you just joined us, we're in the 26th minute. Jamaica leading Dominican Republic by 1-0. Goal scored by Shamar Nicholson, but the goal was made by Ronaldo Cephas. A very naive Dominican Republic. Corner taken. They weren't really balanced defensively. Ended up Jamaica getting a break. And Cephas setting up Nicholson for a goal. And Nicholson has been scoring quite a bit of late, actually. Seen the replay of the goal. Ball played by Barry out to Cephas. He got by his man who fell down. Then he played a really easy pass in for Nicholson to score. So good goal by Jamaica, and long may it continues.
So I've got a list of the channels that are showing the game live, and in most of the West Indies, it's been shown on Flow Sports app, Rush, and Rush Sports 2, and that's consistent with most of the islands in the West Indies.
Yeah, Flow. Flow is Caribbean, so I don't have the app actually. I'm not sure if you get it outside of the Caribbean also. I should follow up on that actually.
Yeah,
because future games may.
The only other place that's showing it is Canal 4 in most of South African channels. So IPTV, look for Canal 4, which is a South American channel, Brazil, Argentina, El Salvador.
Canal 4 isn't it a French channel?
This is a different one. Yeah.
Okay, because it's Canal Plus, which is the French channel. They tend to have very widespread global coverage.
Oh, so it probably is them, Tony.
Yeah,
it probably
part
is
of the
them.
Canal Plus network of channels. I know.
Jamaica won the ball. Bobby Reed going on the wing, trying to go by his man, got fouled. It looks like, or it's a throw into Jamaica. We need the goal of Jamaica should be get the ball at the Cephas. Isolate man's man one-on-one. Let him go at it.
Yeah, because I think you've got yourself into a situation where now when you go 1-0 up, you always tease a team because you straight away you take them out of their game plan because they're now pressing for a goal. So it allows. I know this is a mess.
We're not playing with the back. We're all over the place in the back. I noticed that.
Yeah, but the goalkeeper's right though. He's got his hands up in the air saying, "What are you guys doing?"
Well, no, he called for the ball, and the ball was coming too slow for him to call for it, so he couldn't pick it up. That's his fault, actually. Because the defender left it for him. That means he must have called for it.
Yeah, it looked like it had the legs originally to go all the way into the box so that he could pick it up, but then he decided to head it and he didn't get enough length on it.
Yeah.
Well, as we talked about, the wind may be holding the ball up too, right? We don't know what direction the wind is blowing in, so
Yeah,
have to
you
be
can
careful.
see on
Which
that.
is interesting because if you've got wind in the stadium, do you need a cooling break?
I don't know. Good question. I don't see Antonio in the game at all.
No, he isn't. He's definitely getting starved of service. The other thing is as well is he demanding players taking on him, which is opening up space for others like Nicholson. So that's the
Possibly.
other thing.
I don't know what Lowe did a while ago. I have no idea what Lowe
pass.
did.
Oh, the midfield is giving the ball away at will here. That's really, really slack. And here comes Dominica on the left-hand side now. They're overloading left. That ball looks like he's out.
Ball is played out to it's Nicholson with the ball.
Yeah.
Cephas need to come to get the ball, Cephas. I'm not sure where you're running away from the man.
I think he's trying to look for that pass over the last man.
Cephas with the ball on the wing, looking to beat his man. He's gonna try to go far post. Bobby Reed with the ball
Good
in
ball.
the box.
It's a good ball. Yeah.
And
Use
played
your
a
man,
really
use your man.
ball way back to Greg Lee, who goes back all the way back to Hector, plays the ball inside to Lowe. Lowe looking for a pass, goes way outside to number 9, which is Antonio. I have no idea what Antonio is trying to do. That's not your thing. Lowe with the ball turn, trying to go inside to Antonio, who's being fouled, pulled back by the referee. So free kick, dangerous position just inside the box.
Yeah, that's well played there by Antonio winning that free kick there. You just need someone now with a left foot who's going to curl that into the net.
Yeah. Not sure who's
guys,
it's probably DJ's kick actually.
And guys, you have to remember that the midfield looks sloppy, yes, but then they're missing so many players. Jamaica's missing a lot of players, guys. So even with that being said, they still got too much for Dominican Republic.
Yeah, I would think so. If you just joined us, we're in the first half. Jamaica leading Dominican Republic by 1-0. We're in the 31st minute. They make with a free kick just outside Dominican Republic's box, I should say. And if you don't have link to the game, it's the CONCACAF YouTube channel. Emerson saying Party played 90 minutes for Ghana and they won 2-1. He's not going to be playing for Arsenal next year, so it doesn't really matter going forward.
I wanted to stay, man. I wanted to stay. Because this is perfect for him because he don't have to play all them games anymore. This is the first year that he's actually got into the team where they're not demanding he's playing that amount of games. I'd be happy if he did what Man City do to their players, where he plays 20, 22, 24 games. That
so
would be it.
A free kick. It looks like Nicholson is going to take it, or is it DJ? They're both shaping up to take it, which is interesting. It seemed like it looks a left footer, but it's going to be a right footer. Bobby Reed kicked it just outside the post, actually. Not a terrible free kick.
Yeah.
Was trying to squeeze it in at the near post, but outside for a goal kick to Dominican Republic.
Really, he needed to get that higher in the postage stamp, so the goalie wouldn't be able to get anywhere near it. But you could see the idea behind it.
That's a good idea.
Actually, I think it takes a does it hit the wall?
No,
it doesn't.
No, I hit the side netting. Jamaica with the ball, trying to find a link up between Nicholson and we're rushing in too much. We're not defending with patience, actually.
Look at the state of the pitch, man. Oh my god.
Yeah. It actually looked okay at the start. I think it's just cutting up really badly.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
That's a good ball switching play there.
Trying to go over the top here.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, how can that be a foul when his eyes on the ball, he heads the ball, and he just out physicals that guy there for the header? I don't think that's a foul. If you're using your elbow in that situation,
no, it's a throwing. It's a throwing. It's not a foul. It's a throwing.
Oh, okay. I saw the referee blow his whistle, and I'm thinking that can't be a foul. He won the ball fairly there.
Dominican Republic trying to go deep.
Good dominant play there from Lowe. Always let the midfielders know that you're there.
Ball into
Try to be as physical as you can.
Trying to won the ball. It's a little bit, the field is not the best actually. The bounce on the field is not the best.
Yeah.
Jamaica is deep in Dominican Republic half. Antonio is going to make a long throw, it appears. They do. Oh, they made it short. Why he did that? You know, they work on these throw-ins, right? They work on these throw-ins, and he just created the opportunity for them with his poor throw. I'm not sure why he did what he did.
Yeah, look at Lowe trying to get
put
back
pressure on his
quickly.
defense with his throw.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
That is awful. I'm not sure what Antonio is doing. I would probably take Antonio off at halftime. I'm sorry. He's just not. He's not playing. He's not in the game.
You're a bit harsher. You're a bit harsh, Bertram.
No, he's not. He's not doing anything on the field, Tony. He's taking up space.
Yeah, I wouldn't take him off at halftime. I'd try and switch it. I'd try and
he's
do something.
He's not going to take him off, but he's not doing anything on the field. I'm sorry. Yeah. He's not doing anything on the field. He's taking up space. He's not. He's not linking play. I'm not sure what he's doing on the field.
Yeah, and that's what I would be working on if I'm the coach at halftime. I'm talking about him holding up the ball and bringing Shamar Nicholas into play a little bit more. That's what I would be doing. At the moment, and look, to their credit, every time he gets the ball, he's got 2 or 3 defenders around him, Bertram. Let's be fair.
But then somebody has to be open, right? If you have 2 or 3 people around you, somebody has to be open.
Agreed. The Dominican Republic has still got a press in them, and Jamaica really struggling to deal with the press.
Here's the problem on that play a while ago. So Gray has the ball. Nobody is moving to give him a pass.
Yeah, that's right.
Bernard didn't go deeper to give him a pass. Ekte is not guiding the defense to give him a pass. So, of course, he's going to struggle. Because the sideline is also a defender for him.
And so I talked about this with Tony, with Emerson, who is in the chat. This is the difference, guys, between the different levels of football, whether it's academy football, youth, international, and Premier League. Is that you can do this. The lower the level you go down, the better your press would be, and that's a simple reason because just not good on the ball. When you get to Premier League level, you don't see them do that as much because they'll play the ball past you and then they'll punish you for it. But then when you go to the lower you go in terms of the quality of football, the more you'll get away with it because the players are not that great with the ball at their feet. That's why you see the speed of the game at the academy level so fast. Why? Because they're buzzing all over the place because they're constantly disrupting play. But the higher you go in your quality of the league, you don't see a lot of that because they just play they're so good with the ball at their feet, they just play it past you.
Yeah. We're playing as, I don't know, Jamaica is just kicking all over the place. I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, it's really
the ball is we don't have I keep saying about the midfield. You have to have midfielders saying take the ball, slow it down, speed it up. We don't have that. We just the movement also to receive the pass is not there.
Yeah.
Why is he throwing himself on the ground as if somebody hurt him? Low kick the ball and you throw yourself on the ground as if somebody hurt you. Nobody hurt you. Low is asking for water. And we're in the 37 minutes, and we already had a break. So he must be getting tired. And YouTube taking advantage of the break. They're going to commercial. Any chance of a break, they go to commercial. What's your assessment of the game so far? It's a little bit scrappy, isn't it?
It is, but then my point was, and I look at this, if you look at like Demario Gray, if you look at Andre Blake, if you look at Amari Bell as well, there's a few players who probably would have made a difference in terms of the midfield. The midfield is where we're struggling. Let's be honest. We can't hold the ball. We can't transition the ball. We're really struggling in that area, and that's inviting the Dominican Republic to come in and cause all kinds of problem.
But here's the problem, though. Here's the problem, though, Apollo. If you look at the game, it's almost like a 4-2-4 versus a 3-5-2-1 or whatever it is that we say we're playing, right? So Bobby Reed is playing a little bit up. Cephas is playing up. Nicholson is playing beside Antonio. So you have DJ and Lowe in the middle, and it's not working great, frankly.
No, and that was coming on to my next point. I think what we're going to see is a formation change with more support in the midfield. We don't have the ability to even get the ball from the defense to the midfield. So you need more like a sweeper. You need somebody from the midfield to drop a little bit deeper to help with that transition to play the ball out of the back. And I think that's what the coach should be looking at halftime.
The difference in the game.
You can't
Go ahead.
do
Go ahead, Tony.
that if you don't have the personnel. And quite simply for me, looking at the players out on the pitch, somebody is not making that job theirs.
Mm.
And that's the issue. You know, Bertram and I had alluded to it before the game started. If you don't have that player in your roster, you're trying to invert somebody into a role that isn't their natural game.
And
So
that's the
in this
reason. Yeah, that's the reason why I mentioned formation change, because then your plan B, Tony, would be to overload the midfield, put more numbers in, so we have more people here than you do, and that allows us to find an extra pass. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Antonio's had an easy pass a while ago. He's got no pressure. He's going on field. I just get frustrated watching football like that.
Yeah. Guys, hold on a second. I'll be back in a minute.
It's not a good watch. It's not a good watch. The game is not that difficult. I'm sorry. It's just not that difficult.
As I said, football is a very simple game. And if you're organized in the right way, you can make it look very simple. Hence why, you know, we can admire the way Barcelona just created that tiki-taka style of football, which is so effective, but nobody else could do it. But it's so
but I think Tony, they train to love the ball. It's like caressing the ball. It's like baby, right? That's the thing. You have to get to that point where the ball is part of you.
Yeah.
Right? Ball is an extension of you. Then you can play that way. Then you don't worry about who's around you. You can keep it and you move it pretty quickly. And the defense is always going to be a challenge, actually. Come on, Wade. Kick the ball deep. Don't try to play it low. We can't play the ball from the back. Kick the ball deep.
He's going to get a yellow card.
If Cephas offside, he's offside. Yeah, I could see that right away. You should not be offside there. And he may get a yellow card for kicking the ball, too.
He made the run and then he checked back and he was already offside.
Yeah. He's the one danger we have on the field, it appears.
Yeah. And they don't appear to read it because he's being left in an absolute acre of space to actually make those runs.
What we should be doing is, you know what? How do I get the ball out to him? Either between the lines or out wide over the top so he can run on the defense. We're not doing that. We can't control the ball in the first place anyway. We got to do a better job of that.
Yeah. We can see the cheer section at the top of the screen, the dancing girls dancing with their pom-poms.
Dancing in a very hot sun, I would assume. I think Lowe is putting some pressure on some of these players. He's already damaged 2 players already. That's normal for him. Mute, Tony, mute. The chips are loud.
Sorry.
No problem. Look like somebody got hurt, actually. Who got hurt? He's saying he's trying to shield the ball, but was that Nicholson? Ball was played long to him, and the defender got called against the defender. Let's see what happened. Oh, he held him, and Nicholson, I don't know if he pulled him down that hard. I don't think it was that hard. Let's try to get the ball to Cephas. There's space on the right, BJ. We just need to get a better surface, though. I mean, playing football too long is a bad surface. Ball goes all the way back to the keeper. Bring it wide quickly. What is Bernard doing? What are you doing, Bernard? What are you doing? What are you doing, Bernard? What are you doing? You keep losing. This is the second or third time in the game you have lost the ball in a dangerous area.
Poor first touch. Absolutely terrible first touch.
Yeah. That's the second or third time that's happened, actually, in the game. And low coverage for him. That's awful by Bernard, actually. Now, I know the field is part of the problem, but he got to do a better job of controlling that ball. That's the problem we have. Our players don't He struggled to be able to manage the ball. What have you missed, Apollo? Bernard almost gave away a goal. So you missed it. In fact, I think if Dominican Republic had better people playing up front, we'd be in trouble today. They get to the final third and they don't do much of the ball. Dominican Republic has the ball deep in their own half, trying to play out from the back. He's going to go deep. He goes deep. Referee calls a foul on Hector. There's no need to foul the player when his back is to goal and he's not going anyplace. Just stand behind him. You just join us. Jamaica lead by 1-0. Goal scored by Shamar Nicholson off a pass from Ronaldo Cephas. And in the game so far, Cephas seemed to be our most dangerous player, but not getting enough of the ball, actually. And frankly, Dominican Republic, to me, has been the better team. Is that a penalty? No, he says it's not a foul. That was close. I hope we don't have VAR because that was close. Player is down in the box. And Cephas is going to do his run. He's being fouled, actually. Yellow card on Dominican Republic player who kicked the ball away and probably should get another yellow. The card has been put up by the fourth official. 4 minutes extra time in the first half. I think when Cephas has had the ball, he's looked dangerous, but that's about it. I haven't seen much of Antonio, who I've probably said should be, I don't know. He's probably going to play, but I'm not sure he's done enough to warrant second half play. Nicholson's been okay. But we're not seeing much from the players. I'm not sure if it's a long season, but the build-up play is not there. And it's not like we're playing against sorry, Apollo.
That's all right, bro.
I just realized that you were.
Yeah, I've been there for quite a while, man. Hey, now you know how it is when you're hosting. I know you hosted on my channel a couple of times, but it's hard, man. You got to do the comments. You got to keep an eye on the game. And
What's that S in front of you? What's that?
That's so Sergio Gallardo's got a comment which you put on there, but you haven't taken it off yet.
See, I didn't realize
so you have
that.
to double. Yeah, there you go. You've got to double click it to put the comments on and off.
Jamaica has the ball deep in the middle of his half, but Hector plays that wide to Bernard. Bernard's making me nervous, actually.
If there was VAR here, we'd be in big trouble, guys, because I'm sure that we gave away a penalty about 2 minutes ago.
I thought so too. I see Antonio gave the ball away again. Antonio is just being a liability. Look at this. Bernard running across.
Oh, that's a great last-ditch tackle there. Was it low? I think that might have been low that made the tackle there.
What we call in Jamaica boaty. He's not playing well at all.
It was Jared.
Yellow card to Low. He cannot.
Wow, he's booked.
This game is not. He got a yellow card. That means, and he plays aggressive. Dangerous having him a yellow card.
So it was Bernard that made the last-ditch tackle there. Honestly, if he didn't make that tackle,
off another bad pass by Antonio, by the way, people, which I've been calling out all game. He's been bad throw-in, bad pass, which are creating opportunity for the opposition.
Yeah. Because seriously, I predicted it would be 1-0 at half-time, but the next goal is going to really change the game. Jamaica really need half-time so they can come in. Coach can have a word with the guys, restructure some more help in the midfield, because honestly, we've not been good in the midfield at all, and you could say that could be for a different amount of factors. I believe obviously the 7 players missing has definitely had an impact on this team and our performance, but we need half time right now so we can get these guys some help.
We have been poor, really poor. We're lucky to be up 1-0. The amount of chances that they have gotten, maybe it's the wind blowing one way. I don't know what it is, but it's not. It's been a poor first half.
Yeah, and consider this: we're playing at home.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if home advantage actually benefits either team when you bring so many internationals in.
Yeah. I think the other thing as well is when you have the crowds in there, that's what really makes a difference, don't you? Because you feed off the energy.
Cephas, run. Cephas with the ball wide. Just run, Cephas. Don't pass to anyone. Just go to the byline. Here's the ball, carrying it down, looking to shoot.
Yeah, he's got support.
Ball's out to Tavon Gray. Played wide out to Bobby Reed. 1-2. Played. Just playing behind the defense. Good pass, Bobby Reed. Cross it now. Good. Oh, that's a penalty, referee. No.
Yeah.
No,
that's a penalty.
He said play. That's a penalty. He said
That's
play
a
on.
stone cold penalty, guys.
It is a stone cold penalty.
All day.
That's a stone cold penalty. You can't get anything clearer than that. And the linesman doesn't even help.
That's terrible. That is terrible refereeing.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awful.
So
Because
I won't say anything
if you don't count that as a penalty, you have to book the offensive player.
Yes, you have to. Yeah.
Look, guys, I think it balances itself out because
You thought the other one was a penalty.
The other one was a penalty too, so that would have been one each on either side, and so that balances out. But unbelievably awful refereeing. Awful refereeing. I know these are two Caribbean teams, but there's no excuse for an official.
I want to see that
something.
replay actually on that one because I thought that was a penalty.
Yeah,
that looked a stonewall.
Well, we're at halftime of the game between Jamaica and Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
The score: Jamaica 1, Dominican Republic 0. I will ask each of my panelists Tony first to give me an assessment of the first half.
So I'm not as critical as you are. I have a little bit more nuance to understanding what challenges both teams have in bringing together players from different parts of the world, perhaps after a long, arduous season. Also, I have to consider that, you've got to, in a short period of time, put together and gel a team to play in a manner which can be impressive. And that can be difficult. So I kind of don't want to be too demeaning to the team and to the coaching staff, because they're probably trying to instigate some stuff and realizing that, we haven't had enough time. We've got players that need a natural break. I mean, the likes of Antonio, Decordeva Reed, would have needed, 2 or 3 weeks to kind of just get off of the end of the a very grueling season. So I'm not too phased. I think there's been a degree of comfortability that I think Jamaica have got, that I think they need to up their ante in terms of speed of play. I like football where players play the ball quickly. Teams can be hurt when you play the ball quickly. Instead of running with the ball like you see Jamaica doing, I think they need to learn very quickly how to move the ball quicker. But, one of the things I've recognized is, and we're looking at a replay of the goal here, the ball moved very quickly from that corner, which the Dominican Republic had, to what was about 7 seconds later, the ball in the back of their own net. So that shows the advantage of playing very quickly. But what I'm clearly seeing is Jamaica, in fact, both teams lack midfield generals, someone who can sit in the middle of the park and direct play, someone who could put their foot on the ball and switch play. Obviously, we've talked about on a regular basis the threat of Cephas on the left wing. The ball just isn't getting to him enough. And, if you've got somebody who can direct play from the middle of the park, I'm pretty certain somebody would say, just get that ball over there, because there's always going to be something created when that ball goes to that player.
Right.
So, yeah, I think, as I said, I'm not being too critical. There's definitely a long way to go in this game. There's a long way to go in this qualifying group. There's a lot of work to be done, but I think it's been fortunate for Jamaica that they've had this game at this stage at the beginning of the campaign, where they don't need to be at their best, let's be honest.
Yeah, in terms of backing up what I said earlier on, my view really hasn't changed. I think the 7 players out have impacted the performance. Biggs G has just talked about it. Echoes made a comment about we need a midfielder and a right back. Well, when you look at the fact that you've got Gray out, Amari Bell is the young British guy. He normally fills in at left back and right back as well. Again, Blake is out. There's just a few players out that just will add a little bit of that quality. But that's not to say that everything is bad, guys. I think Lowe has played really well. He's probably the only midfielder that I would say is really shining. And when you look at Bernard, the last-ditch tackle that Bernard made there stopped this game from being 1-1. But that's the second big tackle that he's made in this match. So he's definitely had an influence of the game there. And then, of course, the goal itself. Great run from Cephas there on the left-hand side. Great decision-making. And then Shamar Nicholson for the finish. Those are just the added little, football is a game of fine margins, guys. And sometimes when those things happen, it happens for a reason because the quality there comes to the top. Ravel would have had a field day. Yeah, I totally agree. But again, all this does, guys, is it's good for the manager as well. It's good for the fans because some of these players probably wouldn't be able to get the time shown due to the fact that there are so many players out. So I think this is good.
Bertram, move the graphic. Move the graphic.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why it's showing so high though, because Apollo, it should not. I gotta find a way to change that. Why is it showing so high? It shouldn't be blocking you, Apollo. Something is wrong with this. I gotta change the system.
No, it does that on mine sometimes as well. It does that on mine. But what I do is I only flash them up for about 10 seconds or so. I don't leave them on there because if I leave them on there, then it sort of
That's
hurts
a good
the whole.
one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That will work. What you just did.
Let me just try this now. See, I'm trying different things.
This is the one, Tony.
You can move Apollo into the center now where you are.
Okay.
Just drag him. Just move him across. There you go.
Yeah, so that's what Tony likes. Tony likes to do that when people are talking and centers on them. So
one second, Apollo. 1 second, Apollo. 1 second.
All right, no problem.
Good afternoon. Hello, Vinsky. How are you doing? What's your thoughts on the game so far?
We can't hear him.
Yeah, we can hear you. You can't hear him, Tony? One second.
No,
I can't hear him.
Guys in the chat, you can't hear him? This is awful. Can you tell me in the chat? Because I'm hearing him loudly. So wait, you know what? Let me just try something here.
Yeah, we can't hear him
Testing.
at all.
You can't hear him at all?
No.
No. They can't hear. That's weird.
It worked the other day when you did it, Bertrand.
No, it worked. Yeah. Yeah, try that. I'm not sure why it's not working now. Because everything here seems to be on. Nothing's on mute.
I love the way how you guys do live call-ins. That would just be manic, man. If we did that on 101, we wouldn't get rid of them.
Hello? You guys can't hear him still? He's hearing you guys loud and clear.
Yeah, we can't hear him at all, bro.
This is
I
awful.
can't hear him at all. Pristine is there saying they can't hear him. Biggs G can't hear them as well. So the guys in the chat.
Let me just figure out what's happening here because it's linked up. It says it's connected. I can hear you clear as day. Let me just see something. Let me try this. Maybe call. All right. Thanks, Vinsky. I'm not sure what's happening. It's clear in my ears.
Yeah, that's weird. Because it did work the other day. I saw the other day when you did it, and it worked.
Yeah, let me go in the system.
When you did it then.
Why it's not working? I don't know what I just did actually.
So while you guys is making a lot of these players look worse than they actually are. You know what?
I agree.
I don't know. I mean, how much can you blame a pitch?
100%.
No, you know what, Apollo? Pitches used to be like this, yeah, back in the day on a regular, and we used to see quality. Look at the English league in the 60s and 70s, how cut up pitches used to be. The ball was heavier, the boots were heavier, yet we could still see, you know, the one player I always think about when I think of heavy pitches and quality is Matt Busby. Was it Matt Busby or Alfred? It's Matt Busby, isn't it? Because I remember just seeing pictures of him in black and white, like trawling through mud, and he was still silky.
Yeah, I think it's different now because all 20 teams in the Premier League have different various sizes. Because that's the only rule in football, guys, is that there's no rule on what size a pitch should be. It's different like in other sports, like American football, basketball, things like that. There are metrics at play. But in football, there's no rule in terms of how you play. And what that does is that allows your team to be built on the dimensions and the width of the pitch, whether you want the pitch dry, whether you want it wet so the ball can flow smoothly. But I would say that it's harder for the West Indian teams because there's not a lot of rain. So it's
Caribbean.
Yeah, it's harder. It's harder to develop the grounds because of the lack of rain, and so the grass is different. The grass doesn't grow the way it does organically, and then there's not a lot of money in under. You look at the Premiership. 16 of the teams have got underfloor watering and heating and things like that. So even in bad weather, it's still going to be able to do what you want it to do because you can generate heat into there. You can generate water. They've got a good irrigation system, so the water drains nicely. So you'll never get anything bad. But it doesn't work like that when you look at these pictures.
So guy, if you look at the field, just as it is now, it looks immaculate. It looks immaculate until the ball bumps on it.
Yeah, but a lot of that Bertram though is paint though, isn't it? It's not organic. It's not real. A lot of that is fake.
Biggs is saying the players who are playing well are the ones who are used to, I guess, the bad surface.
Yeah, that's what I said. That there's guys, it's not been a great game, but Bernard, Lowe, Nicholas, and Cephas are playing really, really well. So we got to shout it out, guys. When they're not playing well, we got to shout it out. When they are playing well, you got to big up your boys. Them.
So this is gonna sound awful. I think we've been awful. I'm sorry.
I think that's a little bit.
I think we've been awful. No. So Tony, here's the thing, Tony. Why is it awful? This is Dominican Republic. This is not the US. This is not Canada. This is not Costa Rica. This is not Panama.
But the point,
they get more chance than we have. They've been better positioned to score than we have.
Yeah,
they've had 6 shots. We've had 4.
There's no bad teams in football, in international football. There's no. I guess you're kind of thinking, well, should Jamaica, because of your position in world football, be dominating a team 100 places lower to the tune of 4 or 5 more goals just because of your place? No. A team who are ranked 99th in the world, if they're organized well, will make a team who are ranked number 1 or 2 play very hard. Oh, we've got rain now. We've got rain.
Well, maybe it's a good thing especially for the English base.
Yeah.
I think K. Roy's warming up actually. Maybe Lowe is going to come out because he has a yellow card, and we all know that Lowe always plays aggressive. So we'll see who they change. Maybe it's DJ or Lowe. And on a wet surface, I'll take Lowe out. On a wet surface, given how he goes in tackle, I'll take him out actually.
And he's on a yellow, right?
He's on a yellow, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, look at it. It's a really flat stadium. The seats don't really go high up. Doesn't have a high back, so the wind is just in there terrorizing them.
So I'm going to guess
K. Roy is coming on actually.
I'm going to guess that there's no cooling break in this half.
Well, if it's raining, I'm not sure what they're going to try to cool down. Unless it's sun. Because Jamaica, it could be raining and it's still pretty warm,
Yeah.
That heat is something else. It's actually decent people in the grandstand. I'm surprised at the crowd. It may not look like a lot, but given the more recent games I've played, it's not bad for 3:30 in the afternoon.
That's right. Yeah, right? That's what you got to consider. I mean, it's insane, really, that they're playing this game at the time they are playing it.
But guys, I did this sports management article about 20 years ago, and Jamaica was going through a transition with their cricket team, and they couldn't get as much players in to play cricket. So football was always on the back burner. The fastest growing sport in the world for the last 20 years has been basketball. And so when you see these guys leaving school and wanting to play this and want to get into this sport and that sport, the cricket is suffering because of it. The standard of cricket has really been struggling. And that's all around the world, really, because basketball has caught on so quickly. And you can see that you're not getting enough of these guys in there. Even athletics. Look at Jamaica's heritage in athletics. A lot of these guys want to play basketball.
Yeah. Let's see who got taken out. I think I don't see low captain. No, Anderson's coming in. Now, who's coming out?
I think it's Hector.
Is it number 3?
Hector is off.
I think Hector walked off, number 3.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah, so if Hector is off, then I guess Lowe goes back in the defense and Anderson take his position.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anderson's in the midfield, so Lowe would probably play on the right of the defense. I think maybe Hector is injured. He's played well throughout the tournament.
So I just wanted to make a quick point. Follow up.
No, I think Hector is out there. No, I don't think it's. No, I think Hector is out there.
So is it Lowe that's been taken off then? I think Lowe is that. Can't really.
Let me just see when they show the entire field and see who's been taken off.
Yeah.
DVJ said Lowe should be out. Actually, he has a yellow card. I would not play Lowe with a yellow card.
Yeah.
No way. I know he gives me a hard time because I said he's got a few red in his game.
He's number 17. So if he's not there, I can't see number 17 at the moment. Yeah, Lowe's gone. Yeah, he's gone.
I think that's a brilliant change, actually.
Yeah.
And a smart change. Given how aggressive he is. He captained the team today too, actually. So
so
Republic has the ball in their half at the halfway line, trying to go deep over the top. Ball headed up by Jamaica. You want to say, Apollo?
Yeah, so as I predicted a 3-0 score in this game, and the first half kind of went how I expected it to go. And so this half, I really see Jamaica started to take more control over the game because they couldn't play any worse than the first half. But again, I think it's get the ball out wide. That's where the guys do their best work. And then Antonio can't be worse than he was in the first half either. So looking forward for him to come into the game a little bit more.
Yeah, well, he was atrocious. He deserves to change also. I don't think I'm being harsh, but I mean, if you're a Premier League footballer playing against a team like this and you are just you're playing, it's like they're playing against 13. Sorry.
Yeah.
You've created 2 opportunities for the opposition. I don't know why. Yeah. I don't have that. I'm not going to reserve judgment in terms of how he's playing. Sorry. He's not playing well.
As I said, I think there's a lot of there's another one in there. There's a lot of factors that can be considered. The end of the season. There's been a long season for West Ham. Obviously, they played in Europe as well,
right?
Until quarterfinals or semi-finals.
Tony, he took off half the season. You forget he's always injured? He took off half the season. He was out half the season for West Ham. If you remember, they had Bowen playing center forward, So he scored so much goals. He scored a few penalties. But no, I understand. Maybe some Reed, who played a lot, but I mean, I just think, there might be something. I don't know the answer, Bertrand, but I just think there might be something in, they're coming from far, time zones. Right.
I mean, considering that this is a qualification, it's an important game. That's a great ball there. Is he going to get there? Is he going to get there? Yes, he gets there.
Cephas have it. Oh, trying to beat it. It worked. He seemed like he got injured, but I think he just lost the ball.
Yeah, I agree. That was a great break there. They really should have done more.
Yeah.
He's been the danger man. But remember what I said to you guys, they need to get the ball out wide and let the wingers do their work, man. And that's exactly what they did. Maybe coaches have the word that we're not going to win this game through the middle of the park. We're going to have to try something new and And I feel that the wingers have got a key role to play in getting the ball out wide and putting pressure on them to try and get back, and that will open up things in the middle. That's well played there. Here comes Jamaica again.
Yeah, he wasn't aware. See, that's another thing to the awareness when you get the ball as to where you are, what to do with it. Do I pass? Do I dribble? Do I shield? You gotta be a quick thinker sometimes when you're under pressure.
Yeah, that's a skill though, isn't it? I mean, there's not many players who have that skill.
That's why I said to you and Bertram that the biggest difference between the higher leagues and the lower ones is what how competent you are in possession, and that's why you see them hardly do those type of things in the Premier League, because people are so good at the ball. Here comes Jamaica breaking again. It's gone through the middle. It's hold up the ball. Come on, that's a foul.
It's a foul.
Yeah, referee's given that one. There's a free kick. There's a free player standing around the ball.
Hey, coach, please change Antonio for Dixon for Antonio. I'm watching him walking out the game. I'm sorry, guys. I'm more watching playing up one, getting annoyed.
Yeah, he's really
walking out the game. He's not playing.
I think that the biggest thing here as well, and Bertrand mentioned it before, is when you're in position moving forward, you got to get open, especially if you're number 10. Your sole role is to create. Well, you can't create if you're standing next to the opposition. You have to find space. The best number 10s in the world get open, find space so they can receive the ball. Then they can play. What we're seeing here, when Jamaica has the ball in the final third, ain't nobody open to receive a pass.
We can't. They move the ball to the final third easy against us. We can't move the ball to the third. We cannot walk the ball past them like they walk the ball past us. They don't know what to do when they get to the final third. That's their problem. Where they play the ball through the line and get to the final third, we can't do that.
Yeah, we're just not. It's just not happening for us. The creative side of it.
And here's the problem, Tony. We have Premier League players on our team, right? We're playing in the best league.
Yeah, we're getting pressed again.
We
don't know what we're doing.
That? What ball was that?
Yeah, we don't know what we're doing when we're getting pressed. We don't know what we're doing when we're getting pressed.
Yeah.
We got a mistake in us, and that's not good, man. We
have
got a
multiple
mistake in us.
It's not one.
Yeah.
Well, I know what Hector did a while ago. You know what? If you don't know what to do with it, boot it long and hope it goes to one of your teammates.
So Bertrand, talk to us about that top you're wearing. What's that top you're wearing?
It's the Jamaica top. It's from last year.
From last year. That's a nice one, man.
I haven't gotten the new one yet.
Yeah, it's a nice one. Here comes Jamaica on the right. Looks like it's a throw
over. We had them. It's a hard watch, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Sometimes they are, man. You know, my longest streams have been where we haven't done well. I think we broke a record one day. Me and Tony did 4 hours and 3 minutes, and we still had like 90 people watching the stream who wanted to stay on. They were like, "No, what? You guys don't go, man. What are we gonna do now?"
You haven't seen Jamaican YouTubers. They'll do 4.5 hours. They do 5 hours. Manning's Man does 12 to 5 sometimes. 12 to 4 on a regular basis, buddy. 12 to 4 on a regular. I'm not talking about aberration or one-off situation.
No, when it comes to match days, we try to keep it to 3 hours tops.
Yeah.
We try to keep it to 3 hours. And we do the game for 2 hours, and then we try and do an hour after show. But what I'm trying to do next season is we got to do more of a pre-game, because our pre-game is non-existent. We're trying to talk about the team sheet and everything.
Oh no! What have we done?
You're giving away, after I've been anonymous for so long, Apollo giving away my name. But anyway, Jamaica with the ball, trying to go upfield. Oh, we turned the ball over again. It's a foul, referee. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Biggs, I agree with that one. Let's see how this goes. We have to do better, though. We have to do better. We just have to do better. We have to play better.
Yeah, Manning's Man, 4.5 hours. Bro, at 4 hours.
Regular. That's not one. That's an aberration. Regular. It's a regular thing.
What?
Regular thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Me and Tony would be like zombies. Bro, I need to get my dinner, man. I need to get my food.
Don't say that, Apollo. You do so much content, because what you don't realize is Apollo does football. He does NBA, he does NFL, he does movies.
He does movies. That I know.
Yeah.
He does
His
movies.
movies is crazy. I don't know how he
Yeah.
gets the time to watch all of the things he watches.
Yeah, and I don't know how comes I got 1,000 subscribers on there. I haven't made a video in a while on that, but I got to start doing it again. New Star Wars show, the new Star Wars show started yesterday, so I got to do something on that one.
The Acolyte.
Yeah, it's awesome. Here comes Jamaica again.
Trying to go.
Is that
Antonio,
Antonio?
yellow card
Look,
referee.
that's got to be a booking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looked like he stepped on his ankle too. He's down.
Yeah. See, this is where you see Jamaica starting to slowly wear them down a little bit, and Jamaica are used to this.
Yeah, that's not a good tackle actually. I mean, he
Yeah.
dragged them down.
Jamaica's used to this, but because of the young players that are coming in for the Dominican Republic and the inexperience, this is where you lose them. This is where they're starting to wane out the game now. You can see it. Some of them looking really tired, bending down with their hands at their knees. Jamaica now just getting stronger and stronger as the game goes on and starting to take a little bit more control now.
To Anderson, foul referee.
It's another free kick.
Jamaica has a free kick deep in Dominican Republic half on the right side, close to the touchline.
2-0 incoming. 2-0 incoming now.
Yeah?
No. I'm not saying there's a goal yet. So? I'm just saying
they have. I thought we were slow in terms of the feed.
No, I'm 55 minutes and 10 seconds.
You're predicting a goal.
Yeah,
well, they do work on set pieces, so let's see if it materializes into something positive.
That number 4 for Dominica is very chunky.
Yeah. He's himself well.
He eats well.
Yeah, he eats well. So DJ with a kick.
Yeah. Support delivery.
Awful kick.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Keeping two back actually, 2 forwards up. Jamaica should have this ball. No, they don't.
With all fair play to Dominica, they're trying to play football.
They are trying to play football. And they are playing the football better than we are, actually.
Yeah.
They've been better on the ball than we are. They move into the ball. Athletically, I think we're better than they are.
Their maximum.
Here they come again on the
wide
break.
on the left. There's nobody on the left.
Ooh, keeper, that's yours, keeper. Go. Yep. It's good to have safe hands there.
I don't know where the right back was, but our right back was nowhere in sight.
Yeah, and that's why I said to you, one of the players we're missing is Amari Bell. Amari Bell, he tore the calf muscle, didn't he? That's why he's not playing.
Yeah, he had surgery.
Yeah. It's a big miss for us here. There's quality missing in this team, but we know where it is. If you had your full team out here playing like this,
take him on
that's
at
a great ball. That's a great ball.
Going forward,
that's a great ball.
Shoot,
that's a great ball.
Ball is blocked.
Yeah,
good. That was a good attempt. A very good ball up, but they should have lost this. Jamaica has the ball.
Yeah,
it's over the halfway line. Anderson goes inside to Anderson looking for a pass. Or to DJ, sorry.
Yeah,
out to Greg Lee.
They're trying to slow the game down, but it's hard to slow the game down when you've got a spirited side against you. But they just need to slow the game down here a little bit.
Give
everybody a touch of the ball.
DJ, you have your right back out wide. I'm not sure where you go back inside. Greg Lee with the ball is going to go back to Hector. Hector looking for a pass. He's going to go long. He plays it inside to Antonio, who goes outside to Tajon Gray, I should say, sorry.
Look how deep Antonio is
trying to play football, actually, which is good.
It is. Look how deep Antonio is coming to pick up the ball here.
They're not playing well.
That's a nice move. That's
good read by the Dominican Republic player.
Oh, it's giving it away. It's a bad touch. It's a heavy touch. He's giving it away there. Looked like that was Hector.
Yeah, that was Hector.
Yeah.
We have the player just. It's a foul, Hector. You cannot go to the man, Hector. You gotta show some patience.
Yeah.
We have the players spinning around, and nobody's winning the ball off him. If you just join us, we're in the second half, 58 minute. Jamaica leading Dominican Republic by 1-0. Goal scored by Shamar Nicholson, who I really haven't seen that much second half. And we're about 13 minutes in.
Oh, it's a chance.
So the
I think it's
defense
Hector
fell
makes the
asleep
play.
a while ago. Defense fell asleep.
Yeah.
Player ran off wide. They look like a more organized team. They've been playing together by the patterns that they play. Obviously, we have more international players, and obviously we don't get a chance to play as well together, but we have no excuse because we've been together for a while now as a team. A lot of these players are in the same squad for the last year plus, so we should have less opportunity to say that we don't have chance to be together and play together and learn each other's patterns, actually.
Yeah.
Corner comes in. Oh, clear. Oh, there's a foul. That's interesting, actually, because we weren't close to that ball at all.
Ooh, guys, just on a side note, England's called their team, and Eze has made it.
Yeah, Grealish has made it. Grealish is out. Madison's out. Grealish is out.
Yeah, Madison's out. I was like, how is Ivan Toney in there?
He's keeping 3 forwards, actually.
Wow.
Come on, wait, kick the ball and don't get a yellow card. Ball out wide. That's a good play. He can't find a pass. He has to go long down the wing. To Nicholson, who tries something. Instead of trying to just hold the ball up, he's tried something which doesn't work. Ball inside to plays outside to Bobby Reed. He's looking to cross. He's going to try to get on the wing. Bobby Reed, good ball inside to DJ to K-Roy. K-Roy to DJ. DJ try to go inside. It's tight in there, guys. Hard to go through that middle inside. Really good play by Antonio. Plays back to Greg Lee. Greg Lee out to Cephas, who's going to dribble. Trying to go by him.
So, come on. How is he giving it the other way, saying it's handball?
The dribble wasn't there, Cephas. Pass the ball.
Yeah.
It was not there. When you isolate it, it's there. It wasn't there to dribble.
I thought he nutmegged the player.
Yeah, it looks like it come off his hand because the referee's pointed to his hand. Does it come off the hand?
Nah, he hit the ball with his left foot.
Yeah.
The dribble wasn't there. And if you're going to dribble, then you plat, actually. You go with the right foot over and go left. I'm not sure what he was doing.
Yeah. He's gone right through him, hasn't he?
Yeah. He didn't do anything. If you want to beat him, you got to set him up, right? You dip right and go left or something like that.
It's like race. It's like racing. If you want to pass a car, you got to set them up. You can't go straight through them.
Trying to run through the player when that wasn't on.
Yeah. Long ball here. You can see Dominican Republic, and it's a shame because they just hit a long ball here, but they have the ability to pass through the midfield, and they need to do more of that in order to get more involved in this game.
Well, they're trying to load up top and try to have 3 against 3 up top. And see if they can get something out of it, right?
Yeah.
What we have to do then is hit them on the counter because they're going to have a lot of players up forward.
Yeah, the ball is.
It was a good idea.
Tony was talking about the pitch. The ball is not doing well on that pitch. You can see when Jamaica tried to pass out the back there, the ball's struggling.
We're in the 61st minute. Dominican Republic losing by 1-0, which means Jamaica's winning.
I need to get some more coconut water, everybody. I'll be back in a second.
Dominican Republic and the ball in their own half, trying to get behind the Jamaica defense. Really good play. He's going through. They're calling for offside. It's an offside. See, look at their patterns to try to isolate us one-on-one in the back and try to break us down. We don't have any of that, right?
That was a good pattern of play. That was a good pattern of play,
and he ran outside. If he just held his run, yeah, it just a bad move by the forward. The man in front of him he's seeing, and he still went offside, right? So unless you think the man in your back is behind you, then you shouldn't be running offside because he's watching the play. Ball plays inside to DJ. DJ goes to Hector. Hector should come wide to Greg Lee, but he goes back inside to DJ. DJ is turning, looking for a pass. He may go wide on the right. No, he decided to go back to Hector. Hector looking for a pass.
There, that when DJ gets the ball, he's got to find a forward pass there.
Yes.
There's 3 times he's received the ball and not been able to find a forward pass.
A good move by K-Roy. Play the ball out to Bobby Reed, who is that Bobby Reed? Is that Antonio? Must be Antonio. It's Antonio. Not surprising. That's been his day so far. If I was the coach, he would not be on the field. No way. I'd say, you know what? You seem like you need a rest. Come sit beside me.
And it's probably that time of the game anyway where you probably go, you know what, save those legs.
Oh,
Your next
brilliant
game is
move
on
by,
Sunday, right?
What was that? That was Cephas, but he turned it. See, he made that great play by turning on the play, and then he just that's what Nicholson just made a bad pass. I mean,
Bad pass.
yeah. That's been the game so far. We have not looked well. We have not played well. There's no pattern to play. DJ with the ball, trying to go Cephas. He should be on here. Is this Nicholson or is this Cephas? Cephas with the ball dribbling. Oh, that was a good play, actually. He could have scored that. That was a good play. He created opportunity in the box, but too many defenders there.
Yeah,
and
but somebody needs to make a run. Somebody needs to draw players away. They know what he's going to do.
Cardboard in there.
He was in a good position, though, to score from there. He's in the 6-yard box. It's probably should try to go high right, actually. High in the corner. Jamaica just needs to be better. Brando said, at this point, give me Ravel without the team. I said the same thing. I've been saying it from day one. If Ravel is playing in the corner league, in some place in the back, just playing in the corner, keeping the ball up, he can make this midfield. Seriously, I don't care if he has a team or not. Greg Lee's isolated one-on-one with number 9. He's trying to set him up. He goes across. He left it. Somebody's out wide. See, they break us down really well. They just don't do it well in the final third. They're poor in the final third. Get into the final third, they do a really good job.
There comes another.
Third, they make a bad decision all the time.
There comes another advert break again from YouTube.
YouTube doesn't understand football or soccer, as we call it.
Yeah, who does that? Who does an ad in the middle of it? It just doesn't happen in sports anymore.
Yeah.
That's why they took Formula One off ITV. Nobody don't want to see no ads when the race is going on.
Come on, Hector. Hector, stop doing that. You follow the man every single time by going through him. And then you're going to sit down like something's wrong with you. Every single time you're going to follow the forward. And he's not going anywhere. It's back to goal. Where's he going? Look at this. You just run through the man. That's why I used to criticize you so much. And you're going back in that list. It's ridiculous. There's no reason to go through the man. All you have to do is stand behind, and you got a yellow card because he did like 4 times now. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is stand behind the man that he make a decision. It's poor.
Yeah, 66 minutes, 30 seconds gone in this one.
I just want the game to be blown off. I'm not enjoying this game.
Yeah. You don't want to get in a situation.
The only team that's going to score is the Dominican Republic. Without Cephas, we'll look awful, actually, going forward.
Yeah, I agree. So in the other games, we've got Trinidad and Tobago with Grenada 2-2.
Yeah, Grenada was up 2-0 actually.
Yeah, Barbados lost 4-1. Nicaragua beat Montserrat 4-1. Guatemala and Dominica, they beat them 6-0. And then Haiti and St. Lucia is off. I think that's half time, that one. Don't know what the score is. It's what's the score? Don't know what the score is. Haiti, St. Lucia. I think it's 0-0.
It's a decent crowd for a game in Jamaica. In the 5 o'clock now in Jamaica.
Yeah, because everyone's working, right?
Yeah.
On a Thursday night afternoon, of course. Yeah, Haiti and
ball down deep,
trying
to find Nicholson. Just give the ball away as we normally do and pressure ourselves. Nicholson's playing beside Antonio. That means that you're playing 2 center forwards. It's not working. It's not working.
That's an awful cross.
You should be glad Dominican Republic cannot do anything in the final third. They're just impotent in the final third. But what we're doing, it's not good football. Antonio should come. Nicholson should come. They're doing nothing on the field. I'm sure Dixie can play a better game.
So you guys just saw Hector get a yellow card there.
Yep, they're going to make 2 changes. King and Beckford. Really?
Yeah.
They're okay.
I think they need that change. I'm
going to take out Hector. Hector hasn't played well, actually.
If you're lucky, you might take off Antonio because he hasn't played well at all either.
No, he's been poor. Beckford is a winger, so
Listen to
unless
this.
they're gonna go put Bobby Reed back in the midfield.
Well, you have to protect your lead at this point, Bertram.
Yeah. King is a defender, so Hector with the ball goes out wide to Greg Lee. Greg Lee beats his man. Really good move. Trying to go at run into trouble. Runs into trouble. If he beats his man there should be passes available, and there were no passes available, which is not, which means the team is not moving off the ball.
Yeah, you can see
Right?
the
If I beat my
frustration
man there, there's got to be at least 2 or 3 options that I have.
And this is what I made the point about the number 10. The number 10 should have options, and there's just no one to receive the ball there. That's where we're struggling.
Yeah, we're going to make 2 changes. Beckford and King are going to come in. I thought he would put in Dixon, actually. I heard Dixon has been brilliant in training, so I'm not sure why he's not going to get a run. My 2 center forwards are just like 2 big logs up there. I don't know what they're doing. I hate to be that critical, but they're just not doing it for me. Look at Antonio.
But at least Antonio was coming deep because he just wasn't in the game.
Both of them need to come out the game. Both Nicholas and Antonio need to come out the game. I don't like playing 2 center forwards in contemporary football. I just think you kill your middle doing that.
Yeah, I have to agree.
So who's coming out? Hector's coming out. King is going to go in for Hector. Hector's had a tough day at the office. Let me see who's going to coming out. So who else is coming out? DJ's coming out. Now, how he's going to play this? So DJ's out the midfield. Beckford is not a midfielder. I have no idea what we're doing. Maybe Bobby Reed goes in the midfield. Isn't Beckford a winger? What am I missing?
Yeah, as I said, the only thing that I can
Maybe-
see him
maybe
trying
the
to do is
midfielder.
to try and shore
I
it
thought
up.
last time I saw him play against Guatemala was a winger, but we're deep in our own half. Dominican Republic with the ball, trying to pressure.
Just defended well.
Defended well, but I think they lose ideas in the end of the box. So they play the ball well to get to that location. Good head, Greg Lee. Ball
Yeah,
up
it's a
now
good
to
defensive.
Jamaica again with Sifa. Sifa's running wide.
It's
Go
3
by
against
Sifa.
2. Yes, there you go. Square it. That's a penalty. That's a penalty.
Red card referee. Red card referee. Got to be
That's
a red card.
penalty.
That's got to be a red card referee. He's going to get a yellow. It's outside the box. That's got to be a red card referee.
Is he not giving?
I guess he's not on a goal. He just went and cleared the man and the grass and the field and everything.
Is he not giving a penalty for that?
No, I think it's outside the box. I think Cephas made a bad touch. His first touch was a bad touch.
Yeah. Well, here's the replay. Here it is.
The
ball is inside the box. It's a penalty.
It's a penalty. It's a penalty. It's a clear penalty, actually.
Yeah, the ball is inside the box.
It's a clear penalty. It's not even close to being it's a clear penalty.
Yeah.
That's the second penalty he's gotten. The referee, what is he doing? He's not a penalty? What's he calling, actually?
I don't know what they're doing. That's a clear penalty.
You can even see the tracks. Yeah, it's a
penalty. It's a penalty.
Yeah, it's a penalty.
I was
I
going
think
to
this
say,
should be
you
Bobby
can see
Reed, right?
You can
Bobby
see
Reed?
the marks in the field where the tackle, side tackle went.
It's Reed taking the penalties, everybody. It's Reed
Yeah, he took
taking
the last one we were playing in Nations League. Yeah, against Canada. He's going to go left. That's my prediction. Or to the goalkeeper's right, I mean.
I think he might go in the middle.
Nah, he's not going middle.
He's not Saka, yeah? Saka don't go middle, you know.
No?
Saka don't go middle. Where's he going with this? He's going... Oh, it's saved!
He was going to go right. He went right, didn't he?
He went left.
No, he went right.
No, he went to his left.
Yeah,
He went to the keeper's right, didn't he?
Keeper's right, his
Yeah,
left.
that's what I'm saying. Right. That meant what I meant. The keeper's right.
Oh,
Keeper's right. He went to keeper's right, which is a strong point. Because the right hand. Yeah, he went to keeper's right. I thought that's where he's going to go.
Yeah, he should have gone
No, it's a
middle,
bad penalty. He didn't even go right. He went close to the keeper. It's an awful penalty. It's an awful penalty. It's an awful penalty. Like you could say that, Apollo.
Yeah, that wasn't a good
The
penalty.
ball wasn't in the corner. It was nowhere.
Yeah,
That's
that
awful.
wasn't good. I need to see a replay of that because it looked like it hit the post as well. But no, he's missed
Defense
it.
is the only threat in the game so
It's
far.
a good. It's a good save. It's a good save.
But it wasn't in the corner, Tony.
It was.
It was.
No,
it was.
it wasn't in the corner. No, it was close to his body. Trust me.
When you see it again, you'll see.
You know what Tony does when he takes his penalty, right? He makes the keeper make a decision. He walks up to it, he hesitates, so then the keeper freezes, then he places it.
Yeah, I'm going for that's a good save on my account because the goalkeeper. Look when the goalkeeper
He moved
moves.
before
the
he kicked
goalkeeper.
it. Look on the goalkeeper.
That's right. Yeah, he moved.
He's off his
before he
line
kicked
too.
it.
He's off his line too.
So it
Which
should
means
be
it's gonna be a
retaken. It should be retaken.
It should be retaken. Yeah, it should have been retaken. Yeah.
Did that not hit the post?
That's what I said to you, Tony. I thought it hit the post.
It did?
Yeah,
that's what I said
it
to
hit
Tony.
the post.
I thought he saved it.
No.
That's a bad missed penalty.
When I looked at it, it looked. I mean, the angle's not great. These replay angles are not the best, but it looks to me like he's hit the post.
Yeah, I think he's hit the post.
That's awful. And you need that cushion. That's a big miss. That's a big miss. In this game, you need that cushion.
Yeah, I think the
But
goalkeeper
it just goes to show you got to get the ball out to Cephas because he's got the space. He has the legs to beat his man every time.
Every single
How
time.
that player is not. Did he actually get a yellow card?
Yeah, I think he got a yellow.
Yeah, he got booked. He was
So
booked.
he
yeah,
can't tackle now.
Right.
Yeah.
Cannot tackle him.
But it wasn't
Yeah,
right
that's
back though. I
what
think it was a
happened
centre half. I think it was a centre half.
Yeah, it was the Lucas. It was the Lucas.
Yeah.
But the
That's a
goalkeeper
bad
was
step.
well off his line. Well off his line before the ball was.
Yeah, it was
even
off his
hit.
line. That was obvious. Yeah, it was off his line. That's not a bad ball.
Look at the speed. Look at the speed. He closed the ball down to win that. Did you see him close the ball down like?
Yeah.
Looked like Darryl Green out there on the right.
Yeah, he's a quick player actually. I think he's a winger though. So that means we're playing with like 4 forwards.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I don't know who the 2 midfield. It's strange. Beckford is a winger. He's Antonio Nicholson and Cephas or all forward player. That means he only has 2 midfielders. In the midfield, he has Keroy.
Told you, midfielders are hard to find, bro.
Yeah. He has Lambert on the bench, but I guess he doesn't trust him in a game like this.
It's a shame now, man, because that penalty would have closed the game out.
Yeah.
And now it's squeaky bum time. Now Dominican Republic are spirited. They feel like this is their chance. The game should be coming to them. You can see them breaking on the right. Ball gets crossed in. The goalkeeper punches it out there. Really, he should have caught the ball.
He should have just caught that.
What was he doing?
He's under no pressure at all.
What was he doing?
What the hell?
He wanted to score it.
Hey,
I
I watched the game with Turkey the other week, and the goalie did that, and the ball came off his fist and went into the back of the net.
I have no idea what he was doing a while ago. I swear, I have no idea. That was weird.
It's not even at a height as well. If he's easily got to that. That's a catch to me. He's got to come out and catch that.
Yeah, I should have caught it.
Let's hope he doesn't get punished.
They're trying something different this time.
Deal with it. They're claiming it was handball there, but no, it wasn't. Here comes another attack from Dominica. They're dribbling it through. He's got a spot, and that's not going to work. That's not going to work against us. They tried a little cheeky chip into their forward, and it's not going to work. I believe it was Vasquez. Vasquez is already on a yellow. Reyes is on a yellow.
Going far post.
There we go.
Corner.
Yeah. Yes. What's the guy's name? Morsha. He's one in the corner. These are some big dudes.
Calling for a handball, actually. He's calling for a handball. But
yeah. See, without VAR here in these grounds, you ain't got to pray of getting those calls.
Yeah, it's a good thing we don't have VAR. Because the first penalty could have been a penalty.
The corner's played, and it's gone over everybody's head. It's picked up on the left, and the ball comes in again. Jamaica defend it well. Let's see how hold they can hold that play. That's it. It's 2 against 1.
No, it's 2 and 1. 2 against 1. Put it. Go inside.
Play
That's
Go,
right.
go, go, go,
What are you
go.
trying to do for yourself?
Come on. Oh, how did they mess
2 and 1.
up?
What did we do?
He didn't pass it. He didn't
What did
pass
Cephas
it.
do a while ago? There's a 2 and 1.
He should have gone to the left. He should have passed to the left. It was a slot in.
That's
How are these
amazing.
guys?
That's crazy.
Look, right here, he should have gone to the left. Right here.
Why is he trying to dribble?
I don't know what he's trying to do, man.
It's a corner, right?
Yeah. It looks like Jesus. It looks like he's trying to play with his food.
It is, yeah. It's so Jesus.
He's
Play
selfish.
with your food.
No, what
man.
he is selfish. He's selfish.
Hey, Bertram. This is not good, man.
You have a 2 on 1. All you have to do is draw the defender and allow Bedford to go in, and you're trying to score by yourself.
Play with your
Selfish.
food, man.
Selfish.
Instead of being clinical and putting the ball in the back of the net, you want to dribble, that's too much, man.
The same way he set up Nicholson, he should have set up
Agreed.
there. That's ridiculous. That's unbelievable he did that, actually.
Yeah.
He's trying to beat the man there when just pass the ball wide and it's 1-on-1 with the keeper. Like, who does that?
That drives a coach crazy. That's like going in for a dunk and then missing a dunk, and the coach.
What has he done? What has that player just done to himself?
I have no
He
idea.
tackled himself.
Well,
Oh Lord!
listen, he took a chunk out of the pitch, so the guy put the piece of the pitch back. He just.
There's
Biggs,
somebody
it's not a
walking-
bit selfish.
You
Biggs.
know,
It's
you know what
awful.
we say, guy.
Biggs.
Somebody
Not a bit.
walking over here.
True.
I think the
thing,
ground
man.
got in the way.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody walking over here, man, just fall down.
So Dixon coming on, which I think we need to put Dixon on the field. Good change, actually. Nicholson can come. I want Dixon to be on the field. He's a young schoolboy, but he's a good player, and he knows where the goal is. I cannot believe Cephas did that a while ago. That's hard to do, you know.
It
To be that, it's like Salah. He played like Salah a while ago.
Yeah.
Except
So
he's
what's-
trying to beat the man when the man don't need to get beaten.
So Tony, what's happened to the Grenada team?
I have no idea.
No,
Oh.
Grenada drew with Trinidad last night. They were up 2-0 in Trinidad,
Wow.
and Trinidad came back and tied in the 70-something minute, actually.
Yeah.
You know, my team is Guyana, right? Not
Yeah.
Because Guyana played tonight at 1:30.
Guyana has
Oh.
English players in their team, actually. Lower league players.
So Nicholson is coming off.
And
The
Raheem
goal-
Dixon
the goal
was
scorer.
a schoolboy phenom and the leading goal scorer in the schoolboy competition and played for the under 20, is now in the team. He's now with the senior team. I heard he had great practices. He was scoring a lot of goals in practice. So let's see if it translates to the field.
Yeah.
The player is running, and
Yeah,
he's trying to keep the field gave out. The field gave
Yeah,
out.
that's what I said to you. It's a pitch. It was a pitch because the other guy comes in
dear.
and picks up the piece of grass and tucks it back in. The ground is awful, man. It's not real. It's not real grass. A lot of it is sprayed and painted over. It's not real grass.
Prince Julian said, must be open. No other answer for this.
Witch doctor at work.
Yeah.
Witch doctor at work, man.
So we had a chance to score, to be up 3 now, and we gave missed the penalty. Then the bad miss that we had there by good run, Antonio. Bad miss by Cephas. But I must say, Cephas is the only one looking like he's going to score or create something, right? For the entire game.
There goes my 3-0 prediction, man. In those 2 chances.
Yeah, he should have been
God,
3-0
no.
actually. Antonio is running really hard. The ball passed them, and we have
It's well played there.
good stop.
Yeah, I'm loving that top that you're wearing, though, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving that. That's giving me Van Persie vibes there, man. Yeah.
I thought Van Persie wasn't a good thing since he left us to go to Man U and gave Ferguson a championship.
Yeah, well, he gave himself a championship, innit, with
That's
34
true.
goals.
That's true.
Yeah. I would have done the same thing.
So if you just join us, we're in the 83rd minute. Jamaica has had a better second half than the first half. They were leading 1-0 in the first half. They're still leading 1-0. We had a few changes. DJ has been removed. Lowe was removed. Hector was removed. Look, hopefully the players who come in can contribute. Our best players to date, man of the match for me has been Cephas for Jamaica.
Yeah, agreed.
He's looked dangerous.
And here they come again, Jamaica again.
Come on,
down
Lee,
the
get the ball
left-hand
to
side.
the player.
Oh, Cephas just passing there. Oh, is he offside?
No,
I
he's
think he might be
offside.
Offside.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
You know why he's offside? You know why he's offside? Why is he offside? Because
Well,
Cephas should let the ball go before. When he
Yeah,
started
yeah.
moving, he's done. He's committed.
Yeah.
So don't give it to him then if you're going to do that. Go back inside, right? Look at
You
this.
can see right here.
Now is the
here,
pass.
this is
Now is
where-
the pass. Don't need another touch. Now is the pass.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And you can see he's pointing. He's pointing.
No,
Put
it's
it
a
on the
pass
spot.
should be
Put it
made.
on the
Pass
spot.
should be made, yeah.
But you talk about going past a man and having a winger that can do that. He's doing
Yeah.
that.
That's what I said Saka needs to do. But anyway, we won't get into Saka. Start me up with Saka.
Hey, Saka does go past a man.
He walks past them. He doesn't go by anybody.
Yeah, let's be honest. If Saka was playing in this game, he'd have 4 goals by now.
Yeah, he would have scored. He'd have scored goals. Yes, he would have scored the ones that Cephas missed. Cephas should have done better with those opportunities.
Look at that. So again, down the left-hand side, Jamaica causing all kinds of problems. And Antonio trying to go through the player.
What's he doing?
Antonio trying to walk through the player instead of going.
I have no idea what he's trying to do. There's no shape. There's no bake. There's no fake. He just looks like he's aching.
Oh dear.
Nothing. We're gonna play around Dominican. They're gonna come back and score. We're gonna play around with them today, and they're gonna come back and get a goal. Watch.
Nah, they're not going to score. They don't look like they could score if this game was 3 hours long.
Hey, Tony, I wouldn't put your mop on it. Don't put your mop on it.
Come on, Jamaica. Pressure the ball. Don't let them do anything with the ball. Pressure the ball.
It's a travesty that Jamaica haven't scored 3 goals already, though.
I know, bro. I know. I slept last night. I woke up this morning. I said Jamaica going to win 3-0 today. And then, man, they just let me down, man. Better performance.
Look at Antonio. Look at Antonio. He's just walking out the game, and the coach have him on the field. Look at Antonio. He's just walking out the game.
Keep up. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
He's not running back. He's not doing anything, and he's on the field for what?
He's tired, man. He's
tired, man.
So take him off. Take him off of the field. Take him off of the field.
Tired.
Listen, man, he just finished his jerk chicken and jerk pork and everything.
No way,
man. Money on the top. So that's what he's doing there, man.
They're trying to slow the game down now.
Yeah, that's what they need to do, man.
And that's what they need to do. Control the game now.
Yeah. Look how the way the ball is rolling on that pitch. It's awful.
What are you doing there? You don't do that there.
You know that ball, that ball should be past him, right? And he's going to the right. Versus make the ball stop. That's what he should have done. It's not that
bro, my
place to stop the ball.
Bro, my local pitch across the road is better than this pitch right here, man. Come on, man.
It started off all right. It's just cut up badly.
Yeah, it's cut up badly.
Oh, he's turned him well. He's turned him well. Why is Antonio lose? Oh, he's giving a free.
No, it was a good turn. He got fouled. Yeah. All right, don't rush the game. We'll take the 1-0 win because it's not good.
But see, Cranky, this is what I was saying to you last year. This was our problem, man. We can't score goals.
I'm getting cranky.
We can't score goals, man.
Very cranky.
We can't score goals. We can't score goals, man.
So several things need to be analyzed by the coaches.
Yeah. I agree.
I'm actually happy with the coaches, and we'll talk about it in post game. I'm actually happy with the coaches.
Antonio getting fouled a lot now. No, he's getting fouled a lot. We're in the 87th minute. You're just joining us. Jamaica leading Dominican Republic by 1-0. You wouldn't be able to tell this because Jamaica is ranked in the 50-something in world football, and Dominican Republic supposedly is 150. They haven't played like a 150 team, to be honest, but we haven't played based on our ranking either.
Shout out to Princess Gillian, who said it was going to be 1-0. She predicted that this would be the scoreline.
Well, it really should have been 3 now.
Yeah, I agree.
Dixon with the ball, looking at the pass, go what? Why are we going back?
Oh, why do you go back?
Yeah, why you go back?
Yeah, the pass was there. The pass was there to go forward.
The pass was there.
Jamaica could get another one. Here comes Antonio. It's a good ball out left. He's gone. Here comes Cephas again.
Cephas going to run by him. He's going to go down the wing. He's going down the wing. Go. Try to cross it over.
Come on, Jamaica. Jamaica. Ball comes in again. He's dummied him. Oh, was that
good save.
Yeah.
That's a good save. Is that saved by the keeper?
I thought it came off a defender. Cephas now picks up the ball. Actually, no, that's you go. Cephas has the ball now. Yep.
Cephas go around him. Brilliant.
Easily. Finish.
Oh, that was a good play. No, he drew it good.
Yeah.
Man, went around him. That was a brilliant.
And then you have to defend. There you go. That's it.
Brilliant. Get the ball in the middle of the park. He's open.
Why they put in?
Oh
my God! TV adverts is killing this thing.
What the hell?
Press skip.
Yeah.
You gotta wait 14 seconds, bro. What's that all about?
That's some foolishness. Who does that?
What kind of ball is that? The man's out wide, Kira. Why are you forcing in the middle?
God,
come on! You're in the 89th minute. You're trying to force the ball to the middle.
Man, we should have went IPTV on this, man. We should have went IPTV. I've never seen that before. This is
live game, you know. They're my broke up advert.
Well, actually, that's a Jamaican thing, Like they don't when they watch a movie, they stop it for intermission halfway through, They don't play it like they do over in England. And that like they do in America. Mind you, some places in America they do intermission, but not everywhere.
Oh dear. What a thing.
I remember the first time I went to a cinema in Jamaica. And then when they stopped the film, I said, what the else is going on here? And then everybody getting up to go get drink and popcorn. I said, everybody come sit back down and play the fool.
Guys, give me a minute. Keep going. Give me a minute.
Oh dear. So 6 minutes of injury time to be played. Dominican Republic are making 2 substitutions.
They look out of it, man. They don't look like they've got a plan, Tony.
Yeah, look, they clearly, worked really hard, but they've not got anything up front that could, capitalize on the fruits of their labor. Chabel Webe coming on.
Yeah, I think when I look at it, the main danger is Vasquez, number 10. And he's been starved. Lopez and Reyes, I thought had a good half in the middle for Dominican Republic. But in the second half...
Jose de la Cruz is the other player coming on.
Yeah. And in the second half, I think Jamaica's just made some changes in the midfield, as I said that they would do at half-time. And they've got the better of them. I said to you and Cranky at half-time, I said, Jamaica need to create overloads in the midfield, and that's exactly what they've done. And where Dominican Republic was winning this game in the midfield has really been their downfall in the second half. And they've really not got the game by the scruff of the neck. The other thing about it is you look for special players, right? We talk about Cephas and how much of a good games he's had. They've had none of that in Dominican Republic. They've not had that one player who can pull a rabbit out of the hat. And so, that's your result today.
Jamaica with the ball, plays it out to Antonio. Antonio goes wide to Beckford, or is it Cephas?
Yeah, Cephas again, yeah.
Cephas goes down the wing to Dixon, who's moving well off the ball since he came on, actually.
Dixon looks lively.
Is very lively, actually. Much more lively than my 2 center forwards who were there previously. Much more lively. We had 2 Titanics, and now we get a sailboat, actually, a race boat.
Princess Gillian is cracking me up.
We are in the 93rd minute, the game between Dominican Republic and Jamaica. Jamaica leading by 1-0. Has the ball in their own half, trying to get out. Dominica trying to press. They realize it's late in the game. Jamaica trying to go over the top and play the ball to nobody.
Yeah, so it looks like Morrishaw came off.
Press, basically. Ball turnover to Cephas.
Oh, that's a bad
going
mistake.
forward. Go wide. Try to shoot, and it's a wild shot, and that looked like a wild, tired shot.
Yeah, it's tired.
Nowhere.
Yeah, he looks tired.
Yeah.
He should be.
Yeah.
And he didn't even get the corner.
No.
So now this is desperation time now for Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and they've turned it over again. Oh, they've retrieved it.
And we have turned it over. We gave it back to them.
So as the game's coming to a close, I just want to ask Cranky a question off topic. Jamaica has produced Mike McCullum, Trevor Burbick, Simon Brown, some really good boxers over the centuries.
Lennox Lewis.
Yeah, where are they now? Where are they now, Cranky?
We don't box anymore. We don't box anymore. We're civilized. We're civilized. We don't box anymore. We gave up the boxing thing. Dominican Republic threatening, trying to. They have the ball deep in our own hand.
Don't forget you had Aljamain Sterling, who was the.
Oh, that's a bad body check, referee. That's a yellow card. It's a bad body check.
Yeah, that's
He just
bad.
took him out.
So Aljamain Sterling was the former world MMA champion in the UFC.
You know what a better fight is, Tony? I mean, the football is not good, people, so we transit to boxing. Jamaica leading by 1-0 in the 95th minute. McCullum against Curry. Curry is taking McCullum to school. And he opened himself up with, was it a left?
Yeah.
Brutal left.
Yeah.
Curry's taking him to school.
Yeah.
And that left just changed the entire fight. That's why boxing is so dangerous.
And at that time, Donald Curry was easily the heir apparent to Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah, he was. I agree. So Gary Mason was born in Jamaica. You probably
bless up Emerson. Thanks for joining us. I know it's late in the UK, getting late in the UK, but really well. Glad you could have joined us. Actually, thanks for joining.
Take care, Emerson.
Nice one, Emerson. And as I said, Dylan White and Razor Ruddock were both born in Jamaica as well. A lot of people don't.
Yeah, Razor Ruddock is Jamaican.
Yeah,
Burbick is Jamaican. Yeah, there's quite a few boxers actually.
Yeah. Here comes. That's a good play there. Dominican Republic.
There's only 7 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they had a through ball here, and it was cut out by left back. So
by Greg
good
Lee.
play there. Yeah.
6 minutes is up. So let's see if the referee is just playing extra time. 6 minutes are up. They're trying to go inside. They're playing pretty nice one toward the edge of the box.
Yeah, we just need to win the ball here.
Jamaica with the ball now. Going wide on the right. It's a breakaway. Take the man on. Beat him.
Yeah, because he's got support now coming in from Dixon.
I have no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, it should blow the whistle, Beckford. Good run from Beckford there.
I mean, he put himself in a close angle to shoot versus create more space. Right? Look, he has the ball in the box. You should go inside. I have no idea what he's doing. Sorry.
Yeah, he didn't have the confidence to take it on his left foot there.
Yeah. You go inside, make a decision, right? You go inside, then the goal is wide open to you.
Yeah.
So we're taking our time. We're almost in the 7th minute now. We're actually in the 7th minute.
We're nearly in the 8th minute.
Well, we're going to the 8th now. It's 7 minutes past. And Tony has the ball.
Where this guy's getting this extra timing.
Blow the game off, referee. I'm not sure what you're doing. There was no stoppage in extra time.
There was no stoppage.
So why are you 7+ minutes? It's ridiculous.
And
not sure why you 7+ minutes, but there's no time extra time. Is it done? It's done.
Yeah,
it's done. It's done.
That's it, people. Game is concluded. You just saw Jamaica beat Dominican Republic by 1-0. Good win, but we struggled we do a post-game assessment. It's been an interesting journey. DV group said we have to beat Guatemala when we face them to ensure we top the group because their next game is against BVI. They would at least 10 or more goal difference after that game. You're right. We'll have to beat them. But hopefully we'll have the full squad at our disposal. That would be in the next window to do so. Probably sometime in September, actually, when everybody should be back. And hopefully no injuries. But it's good to see we came up with a win. It was much more of a struggle than anticipated. We should have scored 3 goals. They didn't really get any clear chance, actually. even though they played well up until the final third. But we missed a penalty. Cephas had I wouldn't call it one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but he had a chance to play Beckford in and he didn't. But we won the game. So I'm not probably going to do a total post-game analysis, frankly. I'll have Tony and Apollo give their perspective. But I will say before you two go, I'm disappointed, even though we won. Tony?
No, you've got a right to be disappointed. I think, overall, it wasn't a spectacle as exciting as hopefully we might have hoped. It was a dour game. A lot of misplaced passes, a lot of wrong decisions, back passes where you didn't need to. So overall, it was just not a spectacle that, you get accustomed to, apart from that one bit of brilliance for the goal. They've got a lot to work on.
Look, I think Cephas has a lot of quality. He just has to have more composure when he gets in the final third, because he goes by people, right? When you can go by people that way, it reminds me of Doku in a sense, how Doku plays, which is when he gets to the final third, he has to make better decisions, but he gets in the box, right? He creates havoc. If you can create havoc, then you just got to make good decisions when you're in that situation to create opportunity to score. So interesting. Apollo?
Yeah, so I'm actually quite happy with the result, because this was a big test for both teams. As I said, a very young Dominican Republic team, which has really been looking to make their mark on the footballing world due to the fact that they've got 8 players who they brought up from the academy. It's a young team, it's exciting, it's vibrant, and they play some good football. For Jamaica, as I said, 7 players out, and for me, it was always going to be an uphill battle. Because you're just missing your flow. You're not used to playing with international players as hard as it is anyway. And then to have those prime players that we mentioned, to have all the guys out like Blake, etc., Bell, Pennock, Gray, quite a few players. Then it falls on the lack of quality that we were going to see. So today, what I said at halftime seems to have come true. I said that the coach is going to see what's happened, and he's going to have to make those halftime adjustments. It's halftime to be used efficiently, where coaches get to revise what went wrong, and what was going wrong was the midfield. And I said that they have to pack the midfield and give those guys extra help to to control the game, which wasn't there in the first half. That's exactly what they did. It took out what was working for Dominican Republic. As I said before, Lopez and Reyes in the middle of the park for Dominican Republic. We saw less of them in the second half. They weren't imposing themselves on the game, and that's due to the fact that Lee, Johnson, and Lowe started to control the game a little bit more for Jamaica. And then I think there was 20 minutes into the second half, we actually looked like scoring more goals. So you have to put that down to the coach. He's made the adjustments. We should have scored 2 goals in the second half. So he did what he had to do with the situation he was dealt with in regards to what little choice he had with the players missing. So for me, this is a good test, and you're going to be happy with some of the performances like Dixon. He looked good. Again, Cephas, man of the match, he looked good. Lowe had a good game. We talked about Bernard's making 2 last-ditch tackles. Goalkeeper really didn't have much. I can't say he had one great save to make. But I think overall you can be happy with the result. Coming away from here today without a win would have been an atrocious result. Next game, I think we're going to see a better result. We're going to have more players back, and hopefully we play to the opposition as well. When we're playing Mexico, USA, and all them bigger teams, we put in a shift. Today, it looked like we played down to the opposition, and so that's not acceptable from coach's standpoint. So I'm happy with the result.
So if you want to call in, maybe you can try again. I'm trying to turn up these mic and see if there was a mic problem, because it worked really well yesterday. So yeah, I'm getting a call in.
I heard that ring as well.
Yeah, Vinsky, are you back? No, it's saying no. Hold up. Let me. Can you guys hear? No. These mics are killing my ears.
No.
Actually, wait 1 second. I'm hearing you loud and clear. Wait 1 second. I'm not sure why they're not hearing you. You guys can't hear? No.
No.
Wait 1 second. Still no?
No, still not hearing it. Hey, Cranky, don't wait. Cranky, it took me 2 months.
To me, I can hear you.
It took me 2
Not
months
sure.
to sort the audio out on my YouTube channel when I started up, man. I was getting echoing and all this stuff going on. Yeah, audio is a real pain in the ass setting up a channel.
Yeah, maybe I have to do that. That's sad, actually.
King Jav has said, what do you think about Game Dixon's cameo when he came on? I thought he was the only one that was showing movement into space. You know,
can you hear? No? No?
I can hear him just a little tiny bit now.
You know why? Because
you probably have to hold it closer to the mic.
Yeah, I can hear him now. I can hear him now.
So let me talk a little bit aloud. My 2 cents on the game, Cranky and the panel. Big up to the panel. Good observation. My 2 cents, I don't have any confidence in the right back. Trayvon Gray to me is very, very, he's a suspect in the right back. He makes me extremely nervous. He needs to get a little bit more composed. He looks a little bit anxious whenever he gets the ball. So if he can be a little bit more calm, just read the game a little bit more and be patient. I think he'll have a better going. In the midfield, I don't think you guys can hear me?
Can you hear him?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can hear you.
Yep, can hear him. Yep.
Right. In the midfield, I don't like Johnson and Lowe in the midfield. Lowe tend to turn the ball back too much. Johnson tend to turn the ball back too much, and then we don't have a lot of playmaking in the midfield. Outside of that, if we can show up the right back, and I like Keroy. How he looked when he came on in the second half. He's showing for the ball. He's spreading the play. He's composed on the ball as he made a few turns. I really like Keroy in the midfield. Maybe him and Lowe could work. We'll have more options, in the next game because what's his name, Casey Palmer will be back. But overall, my biggest gripe is really the right back. Trayvon Gray, I don't know. So,
yeah, but the game was more than the right back, though, wasn't it? I mean, we didn't control the middle of the park at all in the first half.
They were attacking us a lot on the right. Though.
Right. Yeah, but I thought offensively, moving the ball between the lines, we were poor, atrocious actually.
Extremely.
Yeah.
Especially in the first half. And
Because
Johnson tend to turn the ball back, and then Lowe is really there to break up the play. He's not known. Actually, Lowe was making better passes in the first half more than Johnson, in my opinion. So we need that playmaker, and you could see that the game changed when Keroy Anderson came on in the second half. He brought some composure. There, and also even when Bobby Reed got into the midfield towards the latter part of the game, I felt like we were a lot more comfortable there in the midfield. In the first half, it was very unstable. So midfield, right back, I think that's where we struggle.
Right.
We can show up those areas, and also last thing, why I don't understand. Is it that I don't like Antonio dropping back so deep?
Yeah.
I want to see Antonio in the box. He's dropping too deep for my liking. I don't feel like that's the game for him.
Yeah, he's doing that because he's frustrated because of the lack of service. Strikers tend to do that. When they're out of the game for long periods of time, you'll see them coming in to try and help and support in the midfield. And most times it works against them because when you do decide to get the ball and break, guess what? Your striker's not there to be able to benefit from that break and having the ball coming into the middle because he's too busy. He's lost in transition, right? So that's the problem. It's high risk, high reward. But unfortunately, when it doesn't go well, then you find yourself wanting and then when you finally do get because as I said, football is a game of fine lines, right? So when you get that ball on the break, you expect your striker to be there. And at plenty times in this game, you saw us get wide, and then there was no Antonio in the middle. And this is where you see, there's a comment from King Jav about Dixon. Dixon, why was his performance in the latter part of the game good? Because of his movement, because he allowed himself to get into the final third, pick up those holes, drive those slots, and create those kind of mismatches and help support the winger. Every time the left winger or right winger got the ball, Dixon was there to support them. Antonio wasn't. So that's a little bit of something that they're going to have to think about.
Yeah, between him and Shamar Nicholson, I would rather Shamar drop a little bit deeper. It seems like, he's a better distributor of the ball. I want to see that big body in the box. He's a big target. He's a strong target. So the ball drop in the box, he can hold up to defender, turn, and get a good shot at goal. I just don't like him, Anthony, that is dropping so deep for the ball. I don't think he's effective, and I think he's harming us more than helping us looking at it.
Yeah, I think the point that Cranky made about the two strikers and what I talked about at halftime and what you yourself have said about the midfield, it seems to me that this Jamaican team at the moment plays better when we stack the midfield. We've got more options helping in the defense. We've got more options helping to supply and hold up the ball for the front lines. It seems to me it's not the best way to play football, but with a 5-man midfield, you control the game a little bit more, whether you play 2 up front, 1 up front, or 3 at the back. And I think we just got better options there with a 5-man midfield. Every time I tend to see us play with a loaded midfield, we seem to look better. So I think that's where our main issues are.
Yeah, because in the first half, they were just playing one ball out of their defense, and splitting our midfield. One ball killed us.
Yep.
So and it repeated itself over and over throughout the game. So yeah, I know that we're struggling in the midfield, and you alluded to this earlier. We are the better team, but whenever we play a lower tier team, we don't act as if we don't play as if we're the better team. We jump to the. I would love for us to have the intensity, play like we're playing the USA, like we're playing. I want us to have that killer instinct, like we want to demolish, Dominican. We drop to their level and let them feel so comfortably in the game. So, I guess that's something that we have to develop over time. But I don't like when, we drop to their, our opponent level.
Yeah.
And then we just look mediocre. No disrespect to Dominican, but we're a better team than them.
Yeah.
Let's call a spade a spade. But if I didn't know Dominican, I didn't know the Jamaica team, I would thought Dominican is a better team, and they rank higher than us overall. And I don't want to hear anybody complain about the pitch, because Dominican, to be fair, they were moving. Yes, they were miscontrolling overpass, but they look way more composed as a team with the ball than us today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, it's because of playing down to the competition. It's something that happens in every sports in the world, and we've always seen what those that can overcome that mental side of it are more dominant in their displays because you're showing your class, right? But when you go up against an opponent or a team where you're better than them, there's no reason for you to then take a choice of relaxing in that situation, because that's where you're going to be at your worst. And unfortunately, we saw that today. Jamaica played down to the level of the competition, and we didn't look good.
And the last thing I have to say, Cranky, before I go, we need to be clinical in front of the goal. We need to be clinical. We get our chances, clear chances. We need to be putting those in the back of the net.
Yeah, agreed.
This one goal win is not indicative of the amount of chances that we created.
Right. Well, we missed a penalty, and Cephas had a chance to put us up 2-0 in the penalty. So
I don't want to beat Bobby too much, because he has had a lot of big penalties against stronger opponents, and he converted it for us. But I think he went against his technique a little bit for this penalty, because he normally fakes, wait until the keeper make a decision, then he takes then he will pick his spot. So I
Yeah.
think he kind of rushed the penalty a little bit. But if he had to do it again, I'm sure he'll convert for it. But we need to be clinical in front of the goal. And that's the last time. Keep up the good work, panel.
All right.
And Cranky, thanks for working with me.
No, I appreciate
I'm
it.
sure you'll work it out.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate you calling. Thanks.
All right, yeah, man. I'll stay tuned.
All right, bro. All right.
Panel, good.
Bye. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening to my phone system. I'm not sure what's happening to my phone system. It doesn't make sense to me because it's coming through clear. My mic is even too loud, actually.
Your mic is low.
Yeah, your mic is quite low. Yeah, it's quite low at the moment.
That's interesting, actually. And that's part of the problem. It's coming through loud on my end, so
You were fine all game, and now all of a sudden it's just turned low.
my mic comes across real loud.
Oh,
at this end.
that's
Okay,
better.
then.
That's better
Yes.
now. That's better.
Not sure why.
Yeah, that's fine.
Interesting. Yeah, well, it's unfortunate that we didn't score more goals in this game. I'm a little bit surprised we didn't. Disappointed we didn't, but it's a win. So I guess you got to be thankful for the win. But having said that, we have to do better. And Tony, that was me. I would have taken Antonio out from halftime. There's no way he finishes the game. Look at Dixon come in and look like he can play football. He's a schoolboy. He came in. He was running off the ball. He was
Guy
creating.
who scored third.
Huh?
Yeah, he scored 38 goals, didn't he, at the schoolboy level? And he's hungry. He's young, and it's that movement that is helping the front line. He's becoming an option. He wants to get involved, and he wants to get involved in a positive way. We talked about Antonio trying to get involved by dropping back. That's not a positive way to get involved. A positive way is to make yourself a nuisance on the back line in front of the centre backs, and he didn't do that. And maybe he's too safe an option, and maybe we need to be more dynamic and
But
go
to
with
me,
Dixon in the
to me,
future.
that seems like a deliberate tactic. Because if you look at Mikel Antonio and the way he plays for West Ham, he's playing on the last man every game.
Every game, yeah.
Yeah. So this
why
thing
would
about
he
Cephas.
change
Go
that?
ahead,
Why
Tony.
would he change that unless he's directed to do something different?
No, but with West Ham, he plays high up the field, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Right, and he's always pressuring. He's always last on the last man, holding the ball up, laying the ball off. Right, he's a bulldozer up there. And he and Nicholson are the same in terms of their style and how they play. To me, they don't fit together. You can't have two Titanics on the field. That means your middle is going to be open. This is exactly what happens. I know his strategy is being tried and supposedly tested, but to me, against better teams, it's not going to work.
So I think we're on the dawn of seeing a change here, because Dixon's only played one game for Jamaica. He's 19. He's 6 foot tall. He's a big target. He's not built outwards, but then most of today's strikers are very sort of lean, aren't they? And I think we're going to see over the time, we're going to see a changing of the guard, where they're starting to give this guy more minutes, because I was very impressed with his performance today. And he definitely, for me, deserves a start.
No, and there were predictions made that he was going to start the game. I'm not sure what happened. Some people were predicting he would be starting because he was firing in training, scoring a lot of goals in training. Yeah. Supposedly can't miss 8 out of 10 in training. So, but that's training. But still, I think the coach went with tried and tested, experienced players. I thought Antonio was atrocious, I'll admit. If I was grading him, he gets a 4. And that's a high score for me, given how he played. I thought Nicholson was okay. I thought Cephas, even though he made some bad decisions, was the only threat we had today.
Yeah.
So I know Chris is saying he has a low IQ. I don't know if he has a low IQ or he just needs to know when to pass and when to dribble, right? And his first touch sometimes got to be better, because he gets it. With that speed and that ability to get by people, all you got to do is demonstrate composure to get to a good place. And the composure
so let's address the elephant in the room. And me and you have talked about this before on a personal level. Is this team missing Leon Bailey?
I can't speak about Liam Bailey. I've been banned from speaking about Liam Bailey. I've been told that I am overly critical of Liam Bailey.
Yeah.
So I will not talk about a player that's not here. I'm gonna leave. I hate to say that, Apollo, but I'm not gonna talk about him. I would say this though. If I have Gray and Cephas in my team, even though they both play on the same side, I don't worry about any other winger. I think Gray has been brilliant for us, by the way. Gray made team of the tournament in CONCACAF when he played in the Gold Cup. He's been brilliant. Passing, scoring, holding the ball. To me, Cephas has shown that he can be worked with. He can be a good player. I know it's a lesser opponent today, but even when we played the U.S., Cephas had a chance one-on-one to score, actually, to make it 2-0. We should have beaten the U.S. We lost in the last minute of the game. He got away, and he passed the ball in the keeper's foot versus going around.
Everyday Living says, please don't call a certain man's name on the show. Hey, yeah, that's why I said elephant in the room, bro. Look, I think we can all agree that he shouldn't be. There's one thing playing for your team, and there's one thing playing for your badge, right? He didn't play for the badge. So that's all I'm going to say on it. Let's move on. Because
I mean, at the end of the day, you have to work with what you have.
Yeah.
And I think if Pinnock comes in, if Gray comes in, we'll have some of those players will help. And we have Lembekisi going to return from suspension, Palmer from suspension. We'll have a better team going forward. I do think we need some key resources, new resources in key positions. Midfield.
Yeah.
We need at least two very good. I would love if Morgan Gibbs-White said, you know what? I'm going to commit to Jamaica. Yeah. I've seen his game improve leaps and bounds over the last 2 years, coming from Wolves, Nottingham Forest. He's become a very good player. I'm sure he's on the threshold of the England team, but they haven't called him for the Euro. They've called all the other young players. So he should think about changing allegiance.
That would be an amazing pickup if Jamaica can do it, because he is definitely the dynamic midfielder that you are currently missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Rob Smith, anybody think about Jamaica a better team than the absent players? No one's talking about being a better team. What we're saying is that in the position the player play, we have replacement. Cephas and Gray can be good replacement. And in fact, here's the thing, Rob Smith, because I said I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm going to say it. You tell me in the 30 games the players play for Jamaica, where he's had a brilliant game. Just tell me one brilliant game and I'll shut up. He's played 30 games for Jamaica. Tell me one game in that 30 games, a good sample size, where he's played a brilliant game. I can tell you Gray has played a brilliant game in almost half the game he's played for Jamaica. And he hasn't played that many. Tell me when the players made a CONCACAF team of the tournament when he played for Jamaica. Tell me what man of the match game he has won when he played for Jamaica. In 30 games, then come talk to me. Otherwise, not having a conversation. And I said I was going to say anything, and here I go.
So what's the situation with Ravel then?
Yes, I've changed my game on Bid White Juras. I wasn't the biggest. When he was bought for 40 mil or whatever the number was, I wasn't convinced. But yeah, he's been impressive, especially this season. Go ahead, Apollo.
Yeah, what's the situation on Ravel then?
Ravel doesn't have a team. And
he left DC United?
Long time ago, yeah.
Yeah.
The problem thing about Ravel is that they were bending over backwards to get Ravel in the team. They just want to go play some football someplace. To say you're playing football, you're active, you get your wind up. And my understanding, he didn't want to make the sacrifice that was required. It meaning him sacrificing certain level. He expected to make certain level of compensation. You ain't gonna make it being playing for a team. You'll get some money, but not what you expect. And so it hasn't worked out. But when Ravel plays for the team, he's played well, right? He always has time on the ball. Mm-hmm. He's a midfielder. He's a general in the midfield. Even when he's not playing at a high level, at a higher level, he still comes in and give a good shift.
He's in his 30s. He's in his 30s now, isn't it?
Early, probably about 31, somewhere in there. Yeah. But at the end of the day, look, I'm a big Ravel fan, and Ravel has had trouble throughout his career. But Ravel is quality. There's very few players in football, just in general, globally, who always have time on the ball.
Yeah.
Like have all day to play. You're like, how you get so much time? Right? They create these spaces. They see the play before it occurs. They envision the play before it occurs, and they make the right decision to give them room to maneuver and operate. That's him. The problem with him is he's had challenges.
Yeah.
And that hasn't helped him. He's had challenges, but I love his game, and my hope is that he'll figure something out. Vinsky's saying, and Vinsky, by the way, thanks for calling in. Gray on the left and Bailey on the right is perfect. Yeah, I mean, we have had that. We had that in the Gold Cup. The question is it Antonio in the middle? Because I know people are going to lose their mind me thinking that, but he didn't score at all in the Gold Cup. He didn't score a goal in the Gold Cup. The entire Gold Cup he didn't score. He was starting center forward. Didn't score a goal. He's a center forward. And he's not scoring. And his whole of play is not being great. And his passing is not being great. And he runs in spurts. He plays in spurts. And the question is, can you afford that? When you play like Dixon coming in, looking sharp, quick, mobile,
yeah.
Hey, you have to consider, am I going with reputation? Am I going with what I see, frankly?
Yeah. So it's the first game. So we're top of the group with Guatemala at the moment. So I'm happy where we are. I'll leave here today and I'll think to myself, we got past this one. It was a rough first game, but better games are to come, and players are coming back as well. So this one, it's gone. Nothing we can do about it now. We got the result we wanted, and it was more about the result rather than the display.
Look, I think I'm going to say, Apollo, if you're playing teams like these at home, you should be spanking them.
Oh yeah.
Right, you're at home and you're playing against an inferior team to you. You look like the inferior team today. That cannot be the case. You have to impose your will in that game, create chances, score a goal, have fun. You can't have your fans at the edge of their seat being nervous. In the second half, you just up 1-0. No, we got chances in the second half. One chance, and Cephas today was very good, by the way. I know he made mistakes, he made bad decisions, but he was a threat all game. He had no threat throughout the rest of the team.
Yeah.
No threat. Nicholson wasn't a threat. Antonio was bad. Bobby Reed wasn't a threat. And that has to change if we want to go forward and do well. I know Vince is saying Shamar can work as well. Yeah, Shamar has done well. But even Shamar today, you have two Titanics in the center forward spot. That's old school football. Football has moved on. You don't need two center forwards. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it's not like you have a good middle. Here's a problem with that too. You're playing two center forwards and your middle is not that good. How can that be okay?
Yeah, and that's why I said every time I see them play well, they've played by stocking up the midfield. And the overloads really work for them. They seem to have more control over the game in the midfield. And look, let's give them credit again today. Another clean sheet. This is something we talked about, the theme here. Improving on defense, getting clean sheets, but they're not scoring enough goals.
Yeah, I'm Cam. We've been doing this for a while, all three of us. So.
Yeah, we've been.
It's usually me ranting and raving like I'm doing now a little bit. Me getting all perturbed about what's transpiring. And Tony and I used to disagree. It's kind of strange. Tony and I agree a lot nowadays. I'm not sure I've converted him or vice versa.
No,
I think I've converted him.
It all started with the Xhaka. It all started with the Xhaka. When you two started leading on Xhaka, I was like, oh, here we go. It's like the Brothers Grimm in here now.
But the worst thing about it which is
we're still going to disagree on how effective and how good Bukayo Saka is.
No. We're not disputing Saka's being good. We're disputing Saka has two things: a right foot, which I say he doesn't have, which you say have, and the more he plays, the more you're saying, gotta think about that one. And secondly, his ability to go right and go by his man. Don't cut in, go. But this is not a Saka discussion, people. But we've been having the dialogue, which is as a winger. Let's see what Cephas does today. Beat the man left. Go on the outside and beat him. You know what's go inside because he's gonna play you outside. Send me outside, I'm gonna go by you. Doesn't happen with Saka, but Saka's a brilliant footballer. His stats say every year.
Yeah, I did a video on my channel last week summing up the players for the year, and I said Saka's got a tremendous IQ. It's not about the goals and assists.
That's his best attribute, by the way. He's a smart kid academically.
So much, yeah.
He's smart academically, and it comes out on the football. Because sometimes people are smart academically, but not on the football field. Yeah. He's brilliant on the football field in terms of his intelligence. Because he's not the quickest player, so you have to have intelligence to play the way he does and get the outcome he does, right?
Yeah, that's
right. But back to
yeah.
Jamaica, which is we thought the first round, which is these two games, should just be walkovers, score a ton of goals, be on top of the group, because we know as we go further, it gets more difficult.
Yeah.
We struggled at home. I don't care who we put on the field. If it was just a locally based team, we shouldn't struggle with Dominican Republic. Now, they're better than I thought they would be, right? Especially in their midfield.
Yeah.
When they get to the final third, they're lost. But they seem to have been, they have a Spanish coach, and he's that tiki-taka football, Tony, we all talk about. they're learning to keep the ball, which they've done better than us. The question is, can they then teach them how to finish? Because Spain is not the greatest finishing team either. Think about that. For the Spain team today, who's Spain center forward?
Yeah.
They don't have any goal scorers.
Mm.
They can play the ball from the defense to the 18, and then Spain lack goal scorers. So the question is, how do they get goal scorers? But they have their own issues to deal with. For us, we have to get the ball to our center forwards, to our wingers in dangerous positions to allow them to score.
Yeah, I think if you played this game again 2 times over, the score line is much higher. The result flatters Dominican Republic for me. It flatters them.
Yeah, Rob Simmons says Cephas need another year in Europe. Look, I think Cephas has ability. It's very obvious he has ability. I watched him against the US. I thought he was one of our better players. Obviously, Hector was the best player in that game. And I'm watching him today. He was the only danger we had the entire game. And it's not like he had something different in terms of the ball was being played to him more than Bobby Reed or somebody else. He just was a danger. So he needs to get more game time. And when the other players return, I think he should still get game time. Ricardo is saying, Crankers, we look like we're playing Mexico today. Yeah, Ricardo. Not. It's concerning. It's concerning. Everyday Living said, is it time to fading Antonio out? That's an interesting question, actually. Really interesting question.
I think he should. I think he should be. I don't think he should be starting. I think this deserves a chance. I think it's like, look, you get a guy like Cole Palmer coming in, playing well, scoring goals. You don't leave him on the bench for 80 minutes, and you just don't do that. If your guy's hot and he's showing you that in training and when you put him on the pitch, play the guy. What have you got to lose? Especially against the opposition you're in. What have you got to lose? But, Cranky just said today, I thought he was going to start. This is a game that Dixon should have started. And if he did, I think he would have exploded.
Yeah, look, should we fade Antonio out? I don't think you should fade. I think people should fade out when they're not performing. Now, the question is Antonio performing. Now, people gave him a lot of allowance in the Gold Cup, say he hold up the ball. But he's a center forward. He didn't score 1 goal in the Gold Cup. And we scored a ton of goals in the Gold Cup. He was probably the only player who didn't score, frankly. And he scored great goals, but he's not a great goal scorer. And he's not scoring enough goals for me to. Nicholson's scoring a lot of goals, more of late. Scored against Canada, scored today. I don't know. And I don't believe in the 2 big center forward thing. I'm not into that. I think in today's football, my midfielder has to control the game. And we only play with 2 midfielders. You don't realize that. It was Lowe and DJ in the midfield being run over, and the coach didn't adapt or change to me quick enough, actually. Can't play 2 center forward in today's football. Yeah. And normally the way we play, Apollo and Tony, is that we play the ball over the top to them, one headed on to the other. That wasn't working today either.
I thought that was, that to me is a tactic of 1980s football. Nobody plays.
I was going to say 70s. We started trying to the old days where you watch football, they couldn't see too well. And in England, they did these 50-yard passes on a dime to the center forwards. And people like, what's his name? Ferguson from Everton, those big forwards, strong.
Yeah. Alan Smith.
Yes.
Yeah.
We passed those days. Football has evolved.
Talking about strikers, can I just say, well wishes to Kevin Campball.
Yeah.
I heard he's sick, actually. What's wrong with him?
Yeah.
His kidney.
Oh.
Yeah. So
we got Well, I can't divulge too much information because remember he's on my dad's side, so I'm not very close to Kevin, but I do speak to Auntie, and it's a problem he's had for a while. It just hasn't flared up this badly before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting to see whether a transplant is needed or not, and at the moment they're hoping that isn't the case. So.
The transfer needed. It's hard to find a match.
I know. Yeah, that's the concern. They're doing well to keep it out of the media, though. They're doing well to keep it out of the media.
I heard it on Talk Sports the other day, actually. Someone's talking about it, and they mentioned it, but they have this soccer event. What's the soccer aid thing?
Yeah,
someone else
yeah.
will
He's my cousin, and Tony knows him better than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, now good guy actually. I always see him on different podcasts actually, or on
Yeah.
Sky, different media outlets.
And that's
actually.
the thing, you know, he's like one of us. He feels no way of sitting down and having a conversation about football with anybody.
I noticed
You
that
know,
actually. He's on podcasts that I would have loved subscribe. He's on a lot of different podcasts.
Yeah,
I was thinking about
he's
finding a way
really
to
good
get to
like
him to bring him on.
that. Yeah, he's really good. I've struggled with Michael Thomas, Paul Davis. I've struggled to the point where I'm just like, you know, I don't need all the hassle. It's too much hassle to get these guys on your channel, so I just don't do it.
Right.
When I started up my channel, I went in with it with the ethos of, yes, this is what I'm going to do. But after a while, when it just got so exhausting, booking a date, setting a time, and then they had to cancel. It was just like, I haven't got time for that now. So I just
Yeah.
don't do it.
We don't really need to start Boza and Antonio together. That's what I've been preaching all evening. Totally.
Yeah.
Two Titanics in your team. Not mobile enough, not nimble enough, not flexible enough to be in your team. At the same time, no. And the coach needs to be stubborn. I think for some coaches, you don't realize there's politics involved, right? Which is, I have senior players. How will they feel if I bench them?
Yeah.
It's easier to bench more junior players, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mentioned what the coach did well today. You know, the coach effectively helped to win the game, especially in the second half. But look at what he's working with, though, Bertram.
Well, I mean, the one thing is the field was awful.
Yeah.
But as someone said earlier, Dominican Republic played on the same field, right? And they were keeping the ball. So
Yeah.
we can't just, and they're not used to that field. We're more used to the field than they are.
Yeah.
So that can't be the excuse for the game. I would say that we got to do a better job in terms of how we play. We missed Lembakisa today. We miss Gray today. I know Gray's been injured, but Lembakisa should come back in. Palmer should come back in. So we'll see what happens if they improve the team.
I mean, you mentioned about them being more familiar with the pitch. I mean, how often do they play on that pitch? You know, I would imagine
not often, but they've played on the pitch multiple times, right? So
yeah, but I'm kind of thinking
players.
you probably train somewhere else, and then
True.
you come to that stadium. You played like a training session the day before, and then you play the game. You know, England don't play on Wembley more than 2 or 3 times before they actually play the match.
No, I get that. But before I meant Tony was that the other team have no familiarity with your pitch.
Yeah,
You've been there 4 or 5 or 6 times. So I
Yeah,
agree with you.
yeah.
They don't have the frequency to know where the spots are, the
Yeah.
bumps are, the giveaway are. Totally agree with that.
Yeah,
And they're playing on great surfaces too, most of them. So they're
Yeah.
used to the true bounce pitch.
Yeah.
But we can't use the pitch as an excuse because DR, they'll never play in that pitch. This team don't ever play in the pitch I can remember. And they've done a better job of how they move the ball up the field. Luckily, they have the potency up top. It's be a different game.
Yeah.
So, look. Well, I'm not going to keep you guys long. Any part, I know it's late in England. It's getting late. It's what? 12 o'clock, actually.
It's 10
Yeah.
past midnight. Yeah.
Yeah. So, any final words, Tony? And then going to Apollo?
Yeah, no, as I said, appreciate you inviting us on today. It's been a pleasure, as always, to join you in a lively talk about football. And yeah, look forward to the next one. Both of you, good night, and have a good weekend. I'm away, so.
Yeah, and for me,
don't leave before you hear my closeout song. You know, I made a
the Jamaican channels love their song. You know, when I heard the preview for the channel, I was like, "This guy."
I have a song. I'm a DJ. I'm gonna be like Robbie. You know, Robbie was a DJ before he became a.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
up in Birmingham.
But I don't spin records like he did. I just tried something which probably hasn't worked, but I tried it anyway.
Yeah, no, I just want to say big shout out to my brothers and sisters out there in Jamaica, and shout out to you, Cranky, my brother. And yeah, really enjoyed it. And this has been my decision for about 15 years now, where I just decided to just not really care about the international European scene, and just keep following the reggae boys, because I just found it more interesting to just look at the homegrown talent of the motherland. So for me, I just love watching Jamaica play more than I like watching the England national team these days. I seem to be getting more out of it. So that's the way it's been for me since 2005. So yeah, man, it's shout out to everybody out there. Love the passion that you guys have got for the national team. Love it, love it, love it. Keep it going. And listen, good luck to the new channel, Cranky, man. Really, really supporting you on this. So hope everything just fires off.
Well, Tony and Apollo, I appreciate you both. I think we've been doing this for a while. On your channel now, I've tried to go on my own a little bit to do my own thing, so we'll see how that works out. But it's brilliant you being here. And Tony, by the way, Tony, look at the video and look at that left foot pass between 3 defenders to my midfielder who missed the ball and didn't score. Just look at it on the video. Left foot, not right foot, Tony. On my right foot, the left foot pass. But anyway,
okay.
I appreciate you being here. As we've talked about before, Jamaica beating Dominican Republic by 1-0. Disappointed the performance, glad with the outcome. And we go on to the next game, which is Sunday when they play Dominica. I think it's a 3:30 game also. So thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Listen to that little DJ thing I have. Give me feedback. I'd love it. All right? Take care and good night.
Cranky life is the best to be now. For the best sports talk and it's free, yo. Cranky life will be your guiding light by keeping you informed both day and night. Cranky life, tell them. Cranky life, heed them. Cranky life, want them. Cranky life. From the courts to the field, we'll never lose because Cranky has the hottest news. With expert analysis, we break it down. Our in-depth coverage is best in town. Cranky life, tell them. Cranky life, heed them. Cranky life, want them. Cranky life. Cranky life where the sports is spicy and where we keep the discussion lively. Cranky life, get to know the name because Cranky analysis is never lame. Cranky life, give me my Cranky life. I want my Cranky life. Must have my cranky life. Whether it's football or track and field, Cranky is at the wheel. So join the journey through victory and defeat and subscribe and don't miss a beat of Cranky life. Tell them, Cranky life. Heed them, Cranky life. Want them, Cranky life. If you're from England or USA, from Kingston or Bombay, from Kenya or Canada, Lagos or Havana, visit Cranky Live. Tune into Cranky Live. Like up Cranky Live. Subscribe to Cranky Live. Cranky Live coming to you on weekdays. Cranky Live sometimes on Sundays. Pull up a chair and take a seat because Cranky will always bring the heat. Cranky Live. Me say fi tell them Cranky life. Me say fi heed them Cranky life. On them Cranky life. Cranky life will be around. Cranky life is the best in town. Me say fi heed them. Me say fi want them. Me say fi heed them. Want them, heed them, want them. Cranky life. Cranky life. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Cranky life. Cranky life. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Cranky life. Cranky life. Cranky. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Heed. Want. Heed. Want. Heed them.
Yeah.